Hello, what's going on? I hope you guys are excited. We are doing part 1 of the fabled G-Idle tonight. And I'm back with, of course, my lovely co-hosts, Alex and Therese. Thank you guys for coming back. Not that, you're a part of this, so you had to show up. You're obliged. I know. Well, people have been asking for this one, so I'm actually very excited about it because I made a post on the YouTube page about us going live and talking about G-Idle, and there's at least like 2 or 3 comments that were like, yes, finally. So we get around to them eventually, so it's very nice. But Alex, give us a little rundown on G-Idle. I assume Therese knows a little bit about G-Idle, probably more than me, which is baseline nothing. So oh, sure.
2018 with the mini album I Am. They're under Cube Entertainment, if I didn't say that, and they're under 88 Rising for their global promotions.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
And their name is sometimes stylized differently. Sometimes it's like G-Idle, sometimes they're just referred to as Idol. In Korean, I think it's Yoja Idol, which is like female idol.
Okay. I thought their logo was very strange. That's what I was like when I was going through to like make the thumbnail for the video. I was like, is that G-Idle? I was like, and I had to like cross reference, and then I wind up finding like something on Google, and they're like, that's some amalgamation of that.
You're talking about like the G in the brackets?
Not the G in the brackets, just like their baseline like logo is like doesn't look anything like G-Idle, like the way it's listed out. So I thought that was a little strange. But then I found out there was like, I guess, some backstory behind the way it looks. So I was like, oh, okay.
I guess I never considered that. Yeah, it kind of looks like I win.
That's what I was like, did I tell you? I thought I was having like a seizure or something. I was like, man,
it must be the Hangul.
It could be the Hangul.
Yeah. I think it's the Hangul, but it's sideways.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was very odd.
Like the D,
correct.
The D and the L would be sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just written a little weird.
Yeah, Citizen Shoop says it is Hangul, so we are correct on that. But yeah, I was kind of surprised. I was like, this doesn't, because normally, like, for example, like Stray Kids, that one's like, you can clearly tell it says Stray Kids. So that was the only time where I had to like double check, make sure I was correct. So I did come correct on the thumbnail for later. So very stoked. But anyway, you can continue, Alex.
That was pretty much all I had.
Oh, okay.
Pre music.
How long have they been a group for, if you know that? I'm just curious.
Oh, I have their K profiles up because I want to make sure I know all the members. They debuted on May 2nd, 2018.
Oh, okay. So they've been at it for a little bit. That's good. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned that.
Oh, sorry.
Oops. I mean, thank you, Alex. Wow.
Yeah. So
you've really got your bases covered.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Thanks for listening.
You're welcome. Listening. It's called selective hearing. Anyway, very excited to jump into this. Is LATATA? Is this a pre-debut song or?
It's just a debut
song. Okay, very cool. Shout outs to Quantum Mechanics. Thank you for joining. Very cool. Being in the VODs. So now you're here on the live. All right.
You're welcome.
Let's jump into it. You're welcome.
Feel free to correct us.
Yes,
Get
please.
anything wrong.
Oh my God. I'm gonna need it, especially me.
기다리 너와 시간을 너와 이렇게 너와 어둠 속 red light she's on the left right 시작해줘마 가까이 온다 누가 뭐 겁나 어디까지 더 깊이 빠져들지
Okay.
중독된 향기까지 그렇게 뒤섞여버리지 그래 불태워버려지게 내일은 우린 없는 거야 너와 I love you 널 위한 노래를 깊게 더 빠지게 라타 I love you 널 위한 춤을 춰 내게 널 다치게 라타 I love you 날 위해 불러줘 평생 날 못 잊게 라타 I love you Every day, every night, LATATA Every day, every night, LATATA Don't be lazy, 다가와 baby 시간은 너무 짧고 이건 아직 basic 좀 더 깊은 곳으로 더 들어가 나를 머금고 취해도 대중이었지 않아 내일이 아주 화려한 이 춤을 LATATA 뜨겁게 불태울 거야 다다다 뭐 어려워 다 널 부러워 해줘와 이 밤을 불태워 어디까지 더 그리 높아질지 이 밤은 아침까지 그렇게 또 미쳐버리지 그래 불태워버려지게 내일은 우린 없는 거야 너와 I love you 널 위한 노래를 깊게 더 빠지게 라타 I love you 널 위한 춤을 춰 내게 널 다치게 라타 I love you 날 위해 불러줘 평생 날 못 잊게 라타 I love you Every day, every night, LATATA Every day, every night, LATATA 빛나게 너와 이 밤을 너와 이렇게 너와 기다린 너와 시간을 너와 이렇게 너와 어둠 속 red light 시선을 left right 불 위를 건너 시작해줘마 가까이 온다 누가 뭐 겁나 Every day, every night, LATATA Every day, every night, LATATA
That was good. Oh my god. Oh.
That was cute.
I didn't even. I was like, "Why is Therese laughing at?" And then I saw that I paused it at arguably the worst time to pause it at. So, very cool.
Soyeon literally on fire.
Literally, actually, on fire. And literally. Oh man, that was good. I like that. It was like very vibey. I was very surprised. It kind of kept the same sort of like flow throughout the entire song, which I liked. I'm trying to think of the one that has like more like wavy hair. I liked her like vocal tonality. If somebody in the chat can let me know who that is. She
They
had
all
like,
had their names.
Was that
when their
Yugi?
lines came up.
it may have been Yugi.
It's probably Yugi.
She had like a really kind of like interesting like vocal tonality that I really picked out like pretty immediately.
Yugi has a really husky tone.
Yeah, it's
I
probably
love her
Yugi
voice.
then.
That's like what she's known for.
Yeah,
for sure.
she sounds fantastic. So I already know gonna be high up on the list of biases now. But yeah, she was great. I just think their whole group is really well put together. I was surprised that there was. I would only imagine there's one rapper in this group, or is there two? I think there's really only one at least from this song. So I don't want to jump the gun.
So I believe that there are some members that are technically that have like sub rapper or like
okay.
other rapper roles. I know that Sujin was one of them for sure. I don't know specifically about the other ones, but Soyeon is essentially like their go-to rapper.
She's great too. So obviously,
She's gonna be your
fun
bias.
fact.
I can already
Yeah,
tell.
we already know she's gonna be your bias. She's also the leader. She's also the mastermind behind the group. She also debuted solo before this. She also writes all of their songs and produces all their songs.
wow, what a jack of all trades. Love it.
She is like one of the highest credited songwriters, I believe, in the idol industry at the moment.
That's so sick.
She is
Big ups.
very, very highly like respected, I think, in like the production end over there. She's written songs for other groups. It's pretty interesting.
Quantum mechanics really calling me out right now, saying I'm following the rapper bias trend. You're right. I
We
can't
didn't
have
have
it.
we didn't even have to listen to a song.
I
to
okay.
guess it.
All
This one-
right.
This one is too easy. Like at this point, just try to find another bias.
All right. I'll try to find another bias. I even mentioned the one from earlier. So.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Yugi is my bias. So
Yeah. I
don't
say
know
Yugi.
if I only know a few of the members, and I only started learning them like 2-ish years ago,
Okay.
which seems like a long time, but I don't think I've like come around their songs as often lately, just in my own playlist. So yeah, I'm excited to develop a bias today.
There we go.
just
But yeah.
some other fun facts real quick about them. I believe Minnie is Thai. She's close
Oh.
friends with Lisa from Blackpink.
Ayo.
Yugi and Shuha are Chinese. Soyeon and Sujin are Korean, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice. Very cool.
So also a very multicultural group.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any
what
comments
did
on
you
the
do?
song?
With pretty good English too, but we haven't gotten there yet. This song, I love this song. I've listened to this a lot. I didn't realize that it was their debut track. For some reason, I thought they were like an older group, and I was listening to their more current stuff. So I thought that they were way more seasoned than they actually are, which is great. But yeah, this gives you a good introduction into what the rest of their music kind of is for, I guess, at least the first half of their career, because usually with debut tracks, you're not really sure, like either it goes way too young or like way too over the top. And this one is like perfectly in their entire discography, which makes sense because it's all Soyeon, and Soyeon's like continually making music with them.
Cool. Alex, you got anything to add?
Not much. I mean, it
Okay.
has like sort of like Latin inspired beat,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
I read up on the lyrics a little bit prior to this, and basically like the lyrics were, so Soyeon does this a lot in her lyrics where she like makes up like phonetic words, or like makes up words to represent things, or
Okay.
uses like sounds rather than like specific words. And from what I saw, I think in an interview, she said LATATA represents like the sound of like a heartbeat increasing, like when you're like falling in love or in a relationship.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
So I thought that was cool. I noticed when I was looking into like a lot of her like lyric writing and lyrical choices, she does a lot of that kind of stuff, like making her own words to become like representation for
Okay.
things.
Cool.
So I thought that was cool. And just real quick, Crusoe in the comments corrected me. Shuhua is Taiwanese. not
Ah,
Chinese.
very cool.
So, correction. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Also, Crusoe, you said the timing of the stream is kind of funny, so if you want to elaborate on that, let us.
I think the reference to that is that Sujin, the member who is no longer in the group, is like solo debuting right now, which I think a lot of people probably weren't expecting.
Yikes.
She, I think, just released today yesterday or today, a dance music video, and she has like her solo track coming up. So it's kind of funny timing.
It is kind of funny timing. Well, hopefully, she'll keep doing it. That's what we all hope for. This next one, I'm not even gonna try to pronunciate this one. So we're just
Pronunciate it.
It's just a line, and I also don't know
Oh,
Korean.
it's called HANN.
Han.
Oh,
Okay,
this was Han.
Yeah.
very cool. All right, we'll jump into Han then. I guess I could have just clicked on the video and read it. That usually helps.
Do you remember what you said? 너는 내게 뭐든 줄 것처럼 말을 건넸다. Don't you remember what you said? 너는 마치 무슨 약을 먹은 마냥 변했다. 그리워진 blow, 내 흐려지는 너 진짜 it is true. 후회 안 하냐고 내 어제만 봐 lonely life. 좋아 삼켜버린 물 식어버린 듯 I want you to be real. 붙잡지 않을 그난 어제만 봐 lonely life. 잘까 차갑게 나를 본다. 맘인 듯 돌아선다. 난 멍하니 서 있다. 몰랐던 너를 봤다. 그저 웃음만 나온다. 난 이제 너를 몰라. 널 잊으리라. 저리가 오지마 돌아보지 널 지우리라. 저리가 오지마 돌아보지도 마. Do you remember what you said? 나는 어떤 말도 못해본 채 너를 보냈다. Don't you remember what you said? 나는 마치 무슨 약을 먹은 마냥 변했다. 다 변했다. 또 흔한 사랑처럼 뻔했다. 공유리 사자처럼 너는 날 너무 원했다. 손짓과 건넨 말 거짓말이었다면 넌 세상 제일 못했다. 그런 거지 다 똑같지. 엄마가 했던 말 전부 다 맞지. 사랑은 까맣게 변했다. 돌릴 수 없게 다 태웠다. 오늘 난 내 기억 속에서 널 없앴다. 차갑게 나를 본다. 남인 듯 돌아선다. 난 멍하니 서 있다. 몰랐던 너를 봤다. 그저 웃음만 나온다. 난 이제 너를 몰라. 널 잊으리라. 저리가 오지마 돌아보지도 마. 저리가 오지마 돌아보지도 마. 뭔가 내 맘의 흔적을 지우고 정든 네 눈에 내 맘을 비추줘. 너무 차가워 깜짝 놀랄지 몰라. 다시 내 앞에 돌아온다 해도 이젠 받아줄 자리가 없네요. 끝이 난 거죠. 난 이제 너를 몰라. 널 잊으리라. 저리가 오지마 돌아보지 널 지우리라. 저리가 오지마 돌아보지도 마.
I like how their videos are stylized as well. I think they're on point. Music videos are very cool. Guys, this was Han. This was the second song we're listening to. We're getting through like 17 songs tonight, so if we kind of are
Trying.
moving along fast, that's probably it. But I enjoyed this one a lot. I also liked the little whistle part. I feel like that's gonna be like
All right.
completely
Fun fact.
understated.
Fun fact. That
Fun
was
fact.
Minnie on the whistling.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
That's so sick.
I'm always so impressed when like members can whistle and like record their whistling. Like I could never.
I could never. But
No.
yeah, that was very cool. For whatever reason, my brain went to like Harry Potter for some reason, just because
Oh.
that's, you know, the movies, they have that stuff in there, I guess. I don't know why my brain thought of that, but hey, it is what it is. The actual musicality of the song, I think it's a good follow-up to their previous release, kind of keeping the same sort of like tone throughout the song. So I like that it's interesting to see how much of a tonal shift they've kind of made, which is like I feel like they just keep taking like a step up in the right direction, but not like going so insane where I feel like, you know, some of the other groups we've covered where you could have one song that's like real like vibey, real chill, and then you'll have like an EDM like rager track on the next one. So this one I feel like they're making that subtle step up with each song. So I like that. But yeah, overall is very, very good track. I think I'll probably look back fondly on this one once we get through the rest of them. I think this one has a lot of staying power.
I think that this one made a lot of sense following their debut because it's sort of like a similar, similarly produced, stylized track. It is a single. It wasn't a follow-up mini album. It was just a single. So I think it did a good job of what singles a lot of times will try to do, which is kind of like, maybe not a lot, but I feel like a lot of times singles will sort of try to bridge the gap a little bit between comebacks and like kind of be there as like something actually, you know what, they like usually don't try to do anything. Yeah, they usually don't try to do anything too crazy, like astray from the normal stuff.
I think this is a standout track. Like I think it stands out from a lot of the K-pop you hear, and it's mesmerizing. Like the chorus could just repeat in your head for hours and you would never even notice. I really like it. I wish I was paying more attention to the lyrics, but I was like, oh my god, this song. I didn't recognize the introduction, so I was a little bit confused, and then when they got into the chorus I was like, oh, it's this song. But yeah, I love the sound of it. I'm like trying to reread the lyrics now, and it's kind of like sad.
Yeah, the notes I have about the lyrics are basically that it's about the emotions stemming from a breakup and the difficulties overcoming dark emotion.
They have very like sort of creepy music. It's not outwardly creepy. It's just like,
well, you mentioned
creepy adjacent. Yeah.
Mesmerizing is definitely a good term because of that.
Yeah.
I feel that whistling melody is very mesmerizing. Like you
Yeah.
kind of get stuck in your head. It's almost a little creepy or almost a little off-putting, but not.
It's like ominous.
Not in any way that you can pinpoint.
Ominous.
You know what I mean? There's nothing inherently super like minor or off about the melody, but I think it's like the fact of it being whistled and like, constantly throughout the song is just like gets in your head a little bit.
And the fact that someone can whistle that consistently, that's kind of creepy. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, watch the live stages where Minnie's just whistling the entire song.
They all point to like lights at her and she's just like whistling. Oh, that'd be wild.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be intense. But Cloud said that my comment won't age well for the next song. So I assume he's referring to my comment. Yeah, I don't know. Cloud, let me know whose comment you're referring to. I think it's mine personally, but I think they're
assuming.
Go ahead, Alex. No, shoot.
I was just saying, I'm assuming that's about your comment about their music not going all over the place.
Yes, that's also probably
exciting.
Accurate. Yeah. But I think for me, it's like I like the fact that it's kind of like they have like a vibe. Like you jump into their songs and it's just like I could just sit back and just like enjoy, enjoy like the like chillness of it. And I know I'm gonna probably eat my words once we get into like the back half of these songs, so I'm gonna stop myself there. So anyway, I'm usually pretty on point with most stuff, but I feel like tonight I probably will be off. So this next one is Senorita. Is there anything I need to know extra about this, Alex, or are you just gonna throw it in?
My quick fun fact about Senorita is that there is a male voice in this song that is voiced by Carlos Garrido, who is a I didn't know who he was, but he's apparently a Brazilian man who is a TV personality in South Korea. So he is the lending voice in this song.
All right.
Well, that was something worth putting in. So
Shout Carlos. Well, let's get into
Shout out.
Senorita. Oh, I like this bass already.
Hey senor 그대야 왜 그렇게 쳐다보나요 아무 말도 건네주지 않고 나의 눈을 피하지도 않고 그대야 왜 그렇게 가까이 와요 아직 우리 모르는 게 많죠 나 그대 뭐라 불러야 하죠 조금 빠르게 좀 바쁘게 뭐든 I don't care I don't care I don't care 뭔가 다르게 더 나쁘게 뭐든 I'm okay I'm okay I'm okay 나 어떡하죠 이리 와 이리 와 이리 와 이리 와 다가와줘요 내게로 안아줘 세게 더 알고 싶어 about you I found it love is true 몰라요 it is true 그냥 love it so love it so love it so 불러줘요 왜 그렇게 웃고 있나요 자꾸 마음이 그대에게 갔죠 나 그대로 집어내야 하죠 그냥 넌 나에게만 집중해봐 나의 눈이 중요한 게 같은 품에 안아줘봐 이름 따위 몰라도 내가 갖고 싶다
Now remember, try to find a new bias.
I can't help it.
Too good. Ooh,
That was great. I enjoyed that one a lot.
that song makes me want to learn how to salsa.
Right. All right, I got two things I want to say about this song.
All right, shoot.
Three things. One positive and two negatives.
Okay, fair enough.
Something I really enjoyed is like the actual use of horns in the song and like the commitment to the concept of like I looked into the lyrics, I looked about like the concept was basically like about like falling in love or apparently the lyrics translation that I saw lust at first sight with somebody and like not like revealing to them who you are and it's interesting like kind of almost like cat and mouse kind of.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Thing.
Okay.
I it's not particularly my favorite rap verse from Soyeon. I think she has a lot of really good verses. I think that it got a little weird with like the whole purposely out of time. It's like out of time, but it also has a delay on her rap, and it makes it almost harder to follow than it's. Like, I get what she was trying to do and do like a little bit more of like a Western stylized, like kind of offbeat, off
Yeah,
rap.
odd meter. Yeah.
Yeah, but it for me in this song, it didn't really fit the vibe too well. And I also just think that they could have done better at the end than like the 30 seconds of foo 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 foo.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like I get that like Soyeon does that kind of stuff a lot with like just sounds and like things that aren't really words, but I don't know, it loses me a little bit. My specific reference that it reminds me of every time is if you're playing like these super old Pokemon games, and you talk to like the Team Rocket members, and they just laugh, like, or you talk to like the psychic people, and they just laugh like foo 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 foo.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I can't not think of the psychics that say foo 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 foo
Oh my god.
in the early Pokemon games every time I hear the end of that song.
Man, maybe that's where
That's
she got
not
it from.
really a critique. That's just sort of like my brain doesn't work comment. So
That's fair. Yeah. Know what that's like.
what do you guys think about it?
Therese, would you like to go next?
Yeah, I don't have any like issues with the song because I was very like happy with what you said, the trumpets and the castanets and all of the like instrumental choices. I even like the foo-foo-foos. Maybe it's because Yugi was singing it, but I think it's a fun sound effect to put in a song that people don't use ever. And it adds a little more, I don't know, smoothness to a very kind of sharp sounding song. Like it's a tango, so it's like a lot of back and forth, and you get a lot of that juxtaposition, but then the foo-foos kind of like helps it smooth along, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't mind if they did something else for the second half of the foo-foos. And I also didn't really see an issue with the rap, but I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't notice what you might have noticed, so.
So basically, she like does a little bit like off time rap, but she also has like ad libs in the background that blend really heavily over the rap verse that she's speaking. So it almost sounds like the sentences are blending together.
Okay.
So it doesn't come across as syncopated as I think she wanted it to.
It could have just been like a layering thing too, as well. You know, like
that's just my opinion. I mean,
well, that's a nitpicky thing. It's just like because there's not much else to get nitpicky about.
Right.
I would say I enjoyed this one a lot. I think out of the ones that we've listened to so far, I think this was the one I was getting into the most. I will say I love the like Latin inspired sound that they're going for, especially within this song. I feel like they fully like dived headfirst into that sound a little bit more. Again, pointing out what you guys said, I love the horn section. I don't feel like I get to hear that too often, just in music in general, so it's nice to kind of hear that be expressed in this track. Also love the bass. The bass lines in this track were really sick, and the way that the drumming, kind of all of those sounds kind of commingle, really great. I would agree with Alex on Yuki's like rap part. I did like her rap, but I do find that the way that maybe the production of the song was like laid out, I think they could have either gotten rid of the ad-lib parts, or I think they could have maybe like pushed them further back in the mix so it doesn't feel like it's very jarring. But I would I would say I enjoyed it for the most part. I think the only thing I would probably change about it is like that last foo part. I think if they like cut it in half and they kind of did like more of like ad-libby sort of run parts, I think that would be really cool. Like I'm really waiting for that moment where vocally they're all kind of like going for it a little bit more, because I do feel like they, you know, I do think that there are some moments where I'm listening to these songs and I'm like, ooh, it'd be cool if there was like some really cool harmonies or a cool like vocal run or something like that that might keep me a little bit more intrigued. So I think that would probably be the only comment I would have that would maybe make a difference on this song. Might have a different opinion later on because we're in very early stages (G)I-DLE, so I'm gonna hold my opinions there. But yeah, I think this is a good song though. I enjoyed it a lot actually. Some comments. Quantum Mechanics said, forgot how chill early (G)I-DLE is. Cloud said Yuki went from having less amount of singing time in this song to the first place after all those foo-foo-foos. And then Quantum Mechanics says people were pretty weirded out by the rap section when it first came out. And that Cloud followed that up with saying that most fans don't like Senorita. Most of them put it in last place in any sort of like top tracks for (G)I-DLE. So that's interesting. I'm surprised by that. It's very.
Oh, we haven't even gotten into it.
That's true. We're in baby mode right now, but I'm curious why people put it as last. I guess there must be better songs out there. Who knows? But this next one is Uh-Oh, so let's get into it.
Nothing.
I don't think I know this one.
About Uh-Oh.
Tell me.
Uh-Oh was inspired, apparently, according to San, by their overseas staff in the U.S. because they because the frequency of the staff using the term "uh-oh" while they were filming a reality show over in the U.S. I thought that was fun.
That is awesome.
I don't have any more context from that.
That is so sick.
Yeah, they seem like a fun group.
Yeah, they do seem like a fun group. So yeah, that would make sense. All right, well, let's get into Uh-Oh. See what it's all about.
Hey, there's someone trying to be close to me. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Okay.
거긴 누군가요? 와우. 나를 안다고요? 와우. 난 잊어버렸죠. 너도 웃기지 않나요? 난 좀 당황스럽네요. 지난 척 말하죠. 말하고 다녀. 만지지 말고 저기 떨어져요 내게 뭐를 원하나요? 다 똑같죠 나처럼 같은 거는 이제 전혀 모르겠네요. 나 변하나요? 다 똑같죠 너처럼. 뺏어가는 애찍거나 천사 같은 일로 달콤하게 샀던 발림메이드 내 역사 착한 척 말고 꺼져. 이제 와가시 땀 떨지 마. 만들거나 말거나 박쥐 같은 플로 내 승부는 점차 따라래요. 어이없어 지난 척 말고 꺼져. 널 위한 가시 따윈 기대네. 엉망진창 어울리서 now 몰랐지 어울리서 swan 황홀한 길 we blow out 내 머리 위에 Yo 말했지 이곳에 벗어 나야 특자야 없어 난 번쩍거릴 것만 찾느라
Cool shot.
Why does she keep setting things on fire?
너 별로야 됐으니 꺼져. 만지지 말고 저기 떨어져요 내게 뭐를 원하나요? 다 똑같죠 너처럼. 같은 거는 이제 전혀 모르겠네요. 나 변하나요? 다 똑같죠 나처럼. 뺏어가는 애찍거나 천사 같은 일로 없게 손들 수 없게 잘못된 것 같은 얘기 Yo, you got it? Don't mess with me Now finished Okay, let's go 아무도 몰랐지 이 masterpiece 이 masterpiece 입가에 반복되는 멜로디 oh melody 너무나 완벽한 내 A to Z oh A to Z 팬들은 사랑해 yeah LOV yeah LOV uh-oh
She had to add that in at the end, you know, every time.
Yeah. Well, That's kind of my reaction to the song in general, because I haven't heard this one before. I am fascinated that they mixed a hip hop song with their general sound, and it wasn't doing much for me. I think the Latin sounds with them sound much better. Like very like that's cohesive. That makes sense. But adding hip hop in is like, why?
I'm sort of on the same page where it's like if you're gonna take on like a hip hop concept, like a late '90s, early 2000s, very inspired hip hop thing, it's like weird how hard they didn't lean into it.
Yeah, like Soyeon was like straight up spitting fire, but she was kind of the only one because she's probably the only like really experienced rapper in the group. So
we have other members can rap. We know that other members are capable
are
of
they
rapping.
As experienced? I don't know. None of them really shone through in this track when they could have.
Right, of course, none of them are gonna like shine over Soyeon's rap, but
I'm just looking like a par. Like at least if they could keep up with her, but
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I would have liked it if it was a Soyeon solo, but continue.
I definitely, I don't hate the song. I don't love it. I like the video more than I like the song, I think.
Fair enough.
I like the styling of the video. I like the whole like large group dance scenes towards the end. I like the there's a specific scene with like Yugi where she has like a jersey on and like really cool like blush. That
Yeah,
she just looks looks great.
Like she's been racing all day.
Yeah, and the club scene at the end is fun. I don't know. The song's fine. It's just, I think, pretty much just echoing what Therese said at this point. It just doesn't do a ton for me.
I would probably say I enjoyed the instrumentation of the song. Do I feel like it fits (G)I-DLE well? I don't think so. I think that I think if I didn't see the music video, I think it would be a little bit harder to determine like if I felt like this was possibly a (G)I-DLE song. But I feel like obviously seeing them and seeing them go through the song, then it makes it a little bit easier to put the pieces together. But I really enjoyed the instrumentation a lot. I just think Soojin was great. I liked her rap verse. But I just feel like there was something about it that like didn't really connect all the dots. Like I think what they were trying to do was really cool, and then they tried to do something different, but I don't know how well it was received at the time. But I feel like this is kind of a departure of sound somewhat. So I would be very surprised. Like the like early hip hop plus like that like piano like descending riff was really cool. Like the way that they merged those two sounds together was neat. I just think it might have been done. I think it could have been done by a better group, if I'm going to be honest. So I wasn't really. I was a little surprised he did a song like this, especially after some of the other ones like Senorita. I was surprised that they would delve into this realm.
I think I'll disagree that it was a departure from their sound, because I think it actually fits their sound. Like I think it sounded like a (G)I-DLE song, at least in the chord progression in the background.
I was gonna say it sounds like a Soyeon produced song for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was interesting because I could tell that, but it was definitely hip hop, and I was like, Where did this come from?
It's like it's less surprising. I think it's less surprising that it's a G-idle song for me, and more surprising that Soyeon wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Like it's like clearly a song she wrote, but it's seemingly like really out of character for her writing style.
Or like she just had the idea like, what if I made a hip hop song? And I don't know who gave her that idea, but as an official release, I would have liked this as a Soyeon solo track for sure. G-idle, I don't really know. I was also not into the music video because it reminded me a lot of Fast and Furious, and we all know how I feel about Fast and Furious. So
You love it.
I was not here to
You
Tokyo
love it,
Drift.
family.
But...
Shout outs. Love it. Love Vin Diesel out here.
But I know the rest of their songs that I'm excited for. So this will just be that one song that I'm like, probably won't come back to.
Also, I want to correct my comment. I said Zujin earlier. I meant Soyeon. So, sorry. That was my fault. But some comments. Basically, Quantum Mechanics said, I think he was making a comment on what Therese said about why does she light everything on fire. And then it says, it's a lost cause. Soyeon rapping is too fire. Stop the biasing. And then Cloud.
It's just too easy.
And then Cloud said Sujin was lead rapper, but never got much rap since Soyeon is the one who gives the lines out. So.
Which I think is funny because when you know that the members are producing the music, sometimes they'll be like, well, I don't want to hit that high note, so they'll give it to someone else. Or like, I don't want to rap that much this week, so
let me pass it off to someone else. But that's funny. This one was okay. I think I'm very curious to see what the next one is, which is
Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the
next one. Woo.
Here's my context for the next one. It's called Lion. They released it originally at the end of Queendom as the Queendom finale song. Queendom is a competition show where groups compete against each other over a series of weeks. They do various stages, cover stages, mixed stages, collabs, all that kind of stuff. At the very end, their final mission is to release a song, essentially, and perform like a grand stage finale. G-idle performed and wrote the song Lion, which eventually they ended up releasing a music video for and treating similar to a title track. And it also came out on, I believe, the following EP that came out after that.
Also,
I should have watched Queendom. I heard it was really, really sick.
It was good.
Is it in the same lane as Kingdom as we watched from Stray Kids?
This was the precursor to Kingdom. So they did Queendom first, and then they were like, well, that was popular, so we'll do Kingdom now.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
But Queendom was with a live audience.
Connecting the dots, guys. Anyway, Cloud said first they should have won Queendom, so I don't know who won Queendom.
Wait, who won?
Do you know who won, Alex?
Was it No, Mamamoo. It was Mamamoo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I think that's fair. I think they deserve it.
We'll get into Mamamoo sometime. But anyway, here's Lion. Thanks, Cloud.
태양 아래 fire 파랗게 타는 flower 미지근한 너의 애를 태우게 슬쩍 드러내는 shock cloud 달아오르는 상처 발자국은 내 왕관을 맴돌게 난 나의 눈을 가리고 이마에 몸을 맡기고 뻗는 비전을 망치고 사자의 춤을 바치고 나의 눈을 살피고 이마에 몸이 말리고 그 걸리고 꽂힌 멜로디 땀을 내지 마라 자리를 지키는 라이언 때로는 사나워질지 모르니 이제와 너의 멜로디 모두 고개를 올려 어리사자의 왕관을 세우네 난 나의 눈을 가리고 음악에 몸을 맡기고 뻔한 리듬을 망치고 사자의 춤을 바치고 나의 눈을 살피고 음악에 몸이 말리고 뜨거운 리듬에 갇히고 사자의 춤을 바치고 You look like a lion, I'm a queen like a lion. You look like a lion, I'm a queen like a lion. 쓸데없는 게 있다인 무릎 평균이란 답답한 우리는 무너뜨려 그 믿은 누가 날 막고 또 누가 날 조종해 조심해 다듬지 못한 발톱으로 아무도 아픈 적이 없는 가축하는 길 뻔히 빠질 꼰대들이 혀를 차던지 그걸 해내고서 야받는 박수는 덧자리든 마시지 그걸만 받고 이제 부정할 수 없어 I'm a queen. You look like a lion, I'm a queen like a lion. You look like a lion, I'm a queen like a lion. Ooh, I'm lion, I'm a queen. 아무도 그래 길들일 수 없어 살아도.
Ooh. Stop setting things on fire, Soyeon.
Take a shot every time G-Idol sets something on fire.
Right?
It's been every music video, I think.
Yeah. All right. So Lion, my first thing that I noticed with this song, two things. One, it's very performance heavy.
Agreed.
I think that it comes across a little bit in the video, but the live stages and like the Queendom finale stage is really worth watching. I think it gives a lot of like oomph to the song because it's really an interesting performance. There's like a lot of cool choreography that's like it goes along with like the whole concept of being a queen and like fierce like a lion like in the lyrics and everything. Also something that I really love is that chorus line where they're kind of just doing like the ba 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 blends really well to like showcasing all of their vocals. Like it's like a simple replicated line throughout the entire song, but all of the vocalists end up cycling through that line, and it shows the different colors that the vocalists have really well, where like each one of them singing that same thing makes them all sound very distinct. Like I don't know exactly. I know Minnie, Yugi, Mian at least sung it, and it all just makes their vocals stand out so much more because they all have very unique vocal tones. Like Minnie's got like a I would say like a little bit like a thinner, like a sharper vocal tone.
Yeah, agreed.
Yugi's like super like husky and kind of like lower, like good low
Deeper.
range. And Mian's just got like a very unique tone to her. So I think this song does a really good job of vocal showcasing, which was I think one of the things you complained about prior, is they don't really have many songs that do a good job of showing off vocals.
I'll follow that up. No, I think this was the best representation of them so far. I really enjoyed this one a lot, actually, especially that beginning part. I think it was Sujin who starts the song off, if I'm not mistaken. She's the one who's
No,
like,
that was Minnie.
That's Minnie.
oh, it is Minnie. Okay, so
Yeah.
I think I've changed biases now because I really liked her, like, I really enjoyed her performance in this song, especially like the lower register where it almost feels like her voice kind of like cracks a little bit. That was like,
yeah, she does like a very breathy tone in the lower
Yeah,
register.
yeah.
It's like,
it was
it's so good.
chef's kiss. It was great. I think she really stood out to me a ton in this song, and like now I'm probably gonna be noticing a lot more of her like vocal tonality throughout the rest of G-Idle. But I think this was like great representation of all the members in the group. I think they all had a really good spotlight, yeah, mixed throughout. The rap verse was great as well too. I thought they carried a lot of great energy. I think that the instrumentation behind the song really helped kind of propel all of their vocals that much further. So I'm hoping this is a change of a leaf a little bit for me. So I probably say this one's front runner right now. So we'll see what happens next. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. This was great. Therese, what you got?
This was definitely the song that put G-Idle on the map for me. Like, since I hadn't watched Queendom and I only saw the hype for it around the server, when I saw this song or this music video as a whole, I was like, oh my gosh, I did not know that there were girls out there doing this like high-end masterful content. Like, they do such a good job of like cementing themselves on stage or like establishing their dominance, basically.
Sure, yeah.
And it's like in a different way from like Blackpink or any of the other earlier girl crush or darker girl concepts did. They really like sold it. Like it gave me some nostalgia from like Katy Perry's Roar era, and a couple like Lady Gaga songs, I guess. And I was like fully into you're right, because this made all of the members stand out. So each of them had their own color. I could immediately tell like, oh, Minnie, like she has that sort of like gothic doll face. Oh, Soya, and she looks like she's gonna eat me. Like they each are so unique and interesting and a little bit mysterious. I loved it. Yeah.
I also say performatively, to tack onto what Therese said, I think like you also got like an idea of like their characteristics as each individual member. Like I think the way that they shot the music video felt very like pointed at like each member. Like you're gonna get like a different perspective from each group member. And so yeah, if I had to double down on how much I enjoyed this song, that was how much I enjoyed the song. So very cool. Let's see what we got here. Quantum Mechanics says the start of my biasing of Minnie. Facts. Big facts. Shua getting lines slowly, surely. Very sick.
It's a constant battle.
Do you know about the like line distribution debates, Brandon?
I don't know shit, so you can just tell me whatever.
To explain some context, in K-pop, there's always debates on line distribution, which is basically like this member only got 10% of lines from this song. Yeah. Usually it's much less. Usually there's like a heavy difference. And a lot of fans will debate over like, well, you need to showcase this member more because we love them just as much, and all that. So
they basically just I'm curious who dictates the line distribution on that.
I'm sure it's between the members themselves as well as who's producing the song or like who's in the recording booth. It's probably a lot of it's decided during recording.
Yeah.
We're like, I don't like the way that you're singing that. Why doesn't a different member try singing that, or vice versa?
Yeah, generally, it's going to come down to like management and production, like sound engineers, producers.
Sure. Yeah.
In this situation, it probably comes down to a lot with the members and Soyeon specifically, because she's producing
the group,
writing and producing and arranging.
Yeah, because I'm sure they get like a script of like, this is my line, this is your line, but that can switch up depending on how things go.
Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. So glad she was getting more lines. Let's see. And then, a lot of people, Crusoe said a lot of people started noticing Minnie after this. Very sick. Love that. Quantum Mechanics says, little funny. It was a male lion, but the message was there. And Cloud followed up and said maybe the male lion identifies as a lioness. So,
yeah.
And then Quantum Mechanics, before we move on to the next one, just said, Shua really didn't want that many lines because she wasn't confident in Korean/singing ability at this time. So that makes sense. Well, forward momentum. So hoping the next one is going to be sick. But speaking of that, the next one is Oh My God. So you have any fun tidbits, Alex?
This might be my favorite G-idle song. I don't know.
No, I got nothing interesting.
Okay, cool. Let's get into Oh My God.
눈부신 하늘에 시선을 가린 채 내 품 안에 안기네 흐르는 음악에 정신을 뺏긴 채 그대로 빨려드네 Oh God, help me 숨이 멎을 것까지 Suffer 녹아버릴 것까지 쓸틈없이 빠져들고 이리저리 갖고 놀고 이성을 깨부시고 제 멋대로 들어오지 위험하니 갖고 싶고 아픔까지 안고 싶고 결국 너를 품으니 난 Oh my God She took me to the sky
This is top tier G-idle styling for me.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Oh God, 어찌 좋을게 이런 시험을 줬나요? Where's the call for mail? Can't stop. 대체 어떻게 그녀를 빠져나갈까요? 당신이 준 결제는 어두운 블랙 호소 가게 지겨져 혼이 나가 채로 그저 어리버리 통제가 불가능해 설득불이 마약같이 이 결제라면 버리라 도와줘 달걀밭이 미친 듯이 아름답고 다시 보니 악마 같고 이성을 쏙 빼놓고 제 멋대로 들어오지 물고처럼 강렬하고 대일 만큼 사랑하고 결국 너를 부모님 난 Oh my God She took me to the sky Oh my God She showed me all the stars 짙은 보랏빛 향기로 몸에 물들이고 높고 넓은 하늘에 저 끝까지 퍼뜨리네 짙은 붉은색 사랑을 얼굴에 새기고 그 누가 뭐라 해도 fall in love I'll be my back Oh my God
Oh, nice. Okay.
to the sky She showed me all the stars 눈부신 하늘에 시선을 가린 채 내 품 안에 안기네 흐르는 음악에 정신을 뺏긴 채 그대로 빨려드네
Oh,
Ooh, I still get the chills.
that was great. Oh my God.
Oh,
That's a
Truly.
fun one.
All right.
did you get all of the references, Brandon? Were you
Some-
feeling
Some of
a
them
certain
I did.
type of way?
I was kind of feeling some type of way. I will also say, if we are on the track record of another fire moment, we did get another fire moment. So if
We
you
did get another
if
fire
you-
moment.
it's not a GIO music video without some fire, you know what I'm saying? But no,
So
I
if people. Sorry.
what
go
was
ahead.
go ahead.
Yeah,
Alex.
go ahead, Brandon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I
was
want to
gonna-
hear
I was gonna say
what you got.
I really enjoyed the song a lot. I think this one might, again, I'm gonna keep eating my words, but I think it's this one kind of took what I liked about Uh-Oh and just like took it to a 10, you know? Like I think they were able to kind of like migrate some of those like more like hip hop, like Latin inspired stuff, like is in this song specifically, and then like also the way that they in that chorus, the way that they kind of like switched up the styling of it. I thought that was really sick. And then I think in that last chorus they double timed it, if I'm not mistaken. So I like the way that they're kind of production wise, they're just trying to do something that is obviously familiar to like the G-Idol fan base, but I think that they're trying to put like a new coat of paint on it. You know, it's the new hot thing, the new thing we're putting into this. But yeah, I think this one, very similarly to Lion, which we just listened to, I think this one does a really great job of highlighting everyone as well. I think the music video, the way it was like shot, was incredibly done. I think all of the sets were great, but I think even some of like the more like rotating shots and the way that they kind of filmed everything was really, 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 really well done. So I would say as an overall like art piece, I enjoyed this a lot. So I'd probably say this one's up there, probably my favorite right now. But again, we're keeping it close. So that's what I feel on that song. And I also like was trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out the references, so I'll try to see if I can pull them together.
Well, Alex, did you want to give your research context?
I don't have too much context on this song, to be honest. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
He didn't prep
too far into it. I just know that this song, if people weren't shipping Idol members already, they were after this one.
Fair enough. Yep.
This video is crazy. But I mean, so I really love this song as a package, like an art piece, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Like watching the video while listening to the song, I think it's like a 9 out of 10, maybe like a 9.5 out of 10. It's like so up there. It's not a song that I will typically listen to on its own though, like in my headphones or
really
like while I'm driving.
Interesting.
It's just not my typical typical like tempo, not my typical style. But it's like one of those videos that it's like every time it comes up, like in a YouTube mix or something, or it comes up, I'm like, oh, okay, this video is great. This song goes great with the video. The concept is so fun. The overall package is like perfect for me.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The package I think does more for me than the song alone does, I guess is what I'm getting at.
That's fair.
Interesting.
But I mean, there are individual parts that I like a lot. I actually really liked Sujin's verse.
Sujin was great, yeah.
I also think Soyeon's rap verse in this one was particularly good. Love the iconic her licking the barbed wire.
Yeah.
scene.
I did find that a
Well,
little
dang. You guys
And,
didn't even get into my favorite parts of the
odd.
song. If you're
Therese,
done, I didn't want to cut you off.
I
Let her
know
cook.
that when I was doing my research, I know there was a lot about like God and temptation, and I think
think
was pointing out
it
some
might
of the
be
stuff.
a more
Same things.
I think it might be a more modern message of LGBTQ. If you didn't notice, the chorus was "She takes me to the stars," or like she.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's
That's cool.
written that way
I
on
like that.
purpose because you can tell at the beginning of the music video, like they're all in white, they're all very like pure, singing about like their like the temptation that you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
And then as the music video goes on, like they end up in mud scenes. They go from like elevating, like they straight up have a goddess moment where someone's like rising up above the girls.
have
And
That's true.
Minnie
That's true.
they're all
going
like
from,
bowing down to her.
You
And
have,
then
like, Minnie going from pure white to like her arms turning black and like all that
yeah,
kind of
like
stuff,
she's
so.
covered in dirt, like writhing on the floor. And there's a lot of like visual imagery of Minnie kind of being like a shaman sort of styling. And then the other girls more like goddess type. And I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that it's about like, I kissed a girl and I liked it, you know, or like another Katy Perry reference, but I don't think they're that similar. But yeah, no, I think it was pretty kind of risky, I guess, to put out something like this. Yes, very rainbow. Yes, is what Quantum Mechanics said. And yeah, this was definitely what I heard was the lesbian anthem of its time, for sure.
Fair.
So I fully I'm in love with the entire thing. I think even without the music video, their ominous tone that you talked about before, Brandon, it's like
in this,
it pervades through this.
Yeah.
So it's like it adds that much more. I also love the use of like what I take as the church bell, even though it's just a gong, but it could be like a church bell going to church, and then following the Temptations and ending up where you do. But yeah, it's just everything from building to like the climax of like, oh my god, to everything. I love all of it. And then the little section in between where they say ab imo pectore, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that means from the bottom of my heart, with the deepest affection or something in Latin.
Interesting.
I just looked it up on Google, so take it for a grain of salt. But yeah, I love it. I love the whole presentation.
Yeah,
and everyone was into it.
I think it's important to have that type of representation, and I don't know how apparent it is in K-pop like music culture. I know it's, at least speaking from my perspective of being in like the scene of music, and obviously Alex probably can speak on this too, but like the type of heavy music, I mean, I feel like people are a little bit more apt to write songs that are more aligned with like LGBTQ plus like community, which is great. So if I can see it in K-pop as well, that's fucking awesome. So I'll take it.
It's definitely way more secluded.
Sure, that makes sense.
You take the crumbs. You take the crumbs when you can get it.
There's currently one like out artist in K-pop, and their name is Holland. And
salutes.
He or they, I don't know what their pronouns go by, but they have done a lot of interviews and stuff, and everyone's asking them like, is it okay that you're gay and you're in K-pop? And they're like, well, I just said I was, and nobody really had a major problem with it. Like, I don't get a ton of hate comments,
no
so I guess it's cool.
Me.
Yeah, really. And
Let's
then
go.
they've even come out of like with a boyfriend and with like partners, so people know, like, it's public, but either they're just not well enough known for people to care. Like, obviously, if one of the larger groups, one of the members came out, that might be a bit more of a scandal.
Sure.
But at this time, when this music video came out, it was very rare that you would see anything in related. So big props.
Making trend setting here. Love it.
Yeah.
Speaking about trends, the next song is I Am the Trend. So that was, I shouldn't have, that was aptly named, and I didn't even try to do that. So anyway.
I'm giving context for this one. So this song gives reference to some of their other songs, including Oh My God, Blow Your Mind, LATATA, Lion, Uh-Oh, Maze, and Senorita, all in the lyrics. The song was written and produced by Minnie and Yugi, and they premiered it during their Island Who Am I online concert premiere, which was basically the online concert of what should have been their first world tour. U.S. tour, world tour, I think. But it was canceled due to COVID. So they did an online version where they did a couple. They actually did like a pretty long concert where they debuted this, and they also did like I think they did one of like the KDA songs and stuff too. It was really cool.
Did you know that the members are in KDA?
Brandon? He doesn't know. I also don't think he knows about KDA. We'll probably get to that.
Never mind. Part. Okay.
I am nothing. I am baby.
That's like one of the first few K-pop things that people have seen in America.
Nope. I don't.
We'll get in. Yeah, we'll get into. By the way, anyone watching, wondering if I put any solos or group like side projects or KDA or anything like that in here, not today. We're going through 17 songs today. We're trying to get through them. Part 2, I will include all of that. I'm aware of what's out there. We'll get into it.
Alex sounds like the school bus driver that's just like, we're getting on the bus. You're sitting on the bus. We're going to our destination, and we're not stopping for anybody.
Everyone, sit down and shut up.
Yeah. I love it. really putting the foot down here. But anyway, I'm the trend. Just a quick comment from Cloud. He said that there's a girl who came out as bi/lesbian and can't get any jobs anywhere. Double standard as always. So that sucks.
Dang.
Well, it's not good. Well, let's go check her out. The next
Yeah, drop the name.
thing. Drop the name. Let us know. We'll check her out. But I'm the trend. Let's hop in this one.
I don't need a perfume 향수를 뿌리지 않아도 주변에 항상 나비들이 모여들고 I don't wear fancy clothes 내가 입은 옷은 전부 sold out countdown 달력이 좋은 배나 너희가 다 되고 싶은 모습을 모두 담았잖아 그독한 포즈 완벽한 넌 버티고 한계를 넘어 매력은 나 홀리고 흔들고 닥치고 치고 내 생활은 내게 맡기고 그래 멋지고 이쁜 거 떠는 거 다 해먹어 yeah I'm the trend wherever we go
Oh, it's so cute. Not the camera, man.
왼손잡이 태국인 but they think I'm 한국인 because 내 예쁜 글씨체 이제 내 폰트가 필요해 더 많지만 여기까지 네 차연 따라 I'm the trend wherever we go never end can't you see the light 저기 나를 위해 기다리는 빨간빛을 봐봐 Oh my god gonna blow your mind and make your everyday let it out feel like a lion better move like blow your mind and make your everyday let it out you're in my maze you better move like hey senor 왼쪽으로 two step raise your hands and make it clap clap
Guys, more fire.
Every single one.
Oh.
I'm the trend where we go never end can't you see that light 저기 나를 위해 기다리는 보랏빛을 봐봐 Oh my god gonna blow your mind and make your everyday let it out feel like a lion better move like gonna blow your mind and make your everyday let it out you're in my maze you better move like Senorita
All right, guys.
Ooh.
That is I Am the Trend. That was fun. That's a fun track. Very fun. I always love when you add those in like the special clips because I feel like oftentimes like you don't really get to see like the girls in their like or guys that we've had on in their like element outside of just the MVs because you're like in the MVs you're like
Yeah.
man they look really cool or like that was a cool shot or whatever. I feel like these you get to see who they are as individuals and they're just goofballs. I love that. That's like one of the that can't help but just like laugh and like have a lot of joy. So I love that. That's awesome. The song itself was great. I love the way that the rhythm kind of takes in this song. Very fun, very energetic. The piano riff was really fun in this song. The way they incorporated like horn elements as well too. Very sick. But yeah, overall, not inoffensive, is what Alex says. So I feel like this one's very inaccessible.
Yeah, I really liked that they incorporated more of an upbeat or a high tempo track, because a lot of their tracks are still very vibey, very like slower. So this is a lot of fun. And I like the juxtaposition of like, I'm the trend, but also they're not like doing the crazy trendy fashion that the last two music videos had. It's just sort of like at home wearing their normal clothes. Still a trend.
I like that one scene where Therese and I both laughed at, where they were like pointing at each other. Did you like the next dance thing? That was so cute. I love that. That was
yeah,
awesome.
It's kind of cool that they had a dance break for. Was this a promoted song or was it just for fun?
No, it's kind of like, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was like a special song that was supposed to be premiered on the tour as sort of like a song.
Oh, so they're probably dancing on stage.
Yeah, it's sort of like a fun song, interacting.
Meant to be, yeah.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it has like choreo and all that kind of stuff. I think it was supposed to be like more of like a fun, interact with the crowd kind of thing. Probably show that video behind them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I mean, I don't have too much to comment about the music per se, or like the video, because there's not any like crazy concepts or anything going on. It's just fun. It's fun. It's fun to see them hanging out, having fun.
It's wholesome.
I think Minnie, if I do have to point out anything about the music, I think Minnie shines in this one so much.
I would agree.
Partially because she's a songwriter, but I mean, Minnie gets like a really good rap verse.
Yeah,
like a long rap verse.
That was fun.
Which is, I think, is like the first time in like, it's not a title track, I know that, but it's the first time in like any of these videos I see like anybody other than Soyeon getting like a chance
Spotlight.
to shine with their rap, their ability to rap, which is cool. Otherwise, I agree. I like the inclusion of like the horns. It's fun. Upbeat tempo is fun. It looks like they were just on a vacation and just filming B-roll the whole time and partying. So it's cool.
Turn up.
Nothing bad to say.
That's good. Crusoe commented on a previous comment Cloud made. I think they were referring to GA, just not entirely accurate. She struggled getting into a company because of her sexuality, but Holland couldn't either. He established his own, but not saying there aren't double standards. That's not really an example of one. Both are technically working independently right now. If anything, it's future proof of the struggle they have, and it's not a one-off thing, but a general problem. So, and then Cloud comment said it maybe is her, but he can't confirm. So
GA and Holland, go check them out.
Yes, please show them some love.
Yeah.
Very sick. Well, the next one is Dummy Dummy. Am I correct on saying that?
DUMDi.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a dummy, so anyway. Terrible dad joke. Do you have any fun facts about this one, Alex, before we get into it?
Nah.
Okay. I always leave room open for you if you have a comment to make. So.
It's you got like a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I got them, sometimes I don't.
Okay. Well, I imagine you'll just barge in if you haven't. So, DUMDi DUMDi. So let's get into it.
Cloud, don't you say that.
I saw that and I was like, oof. Alex will turn this bus around. All right, Cloud.
Oh, are we in the kimchi western era?
Yes,
Wait,
we are.
What?
This was a term coined by the great Soju Talk K-pop podcast. Can't take credit, but there was a trend of K-pop music videos that are very Western inspired, and they were calling them the kimchi westerns.
Think of Itzy's Not Shy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There was an F-Step 9 one. It still comes around every now and then. Psy did one.
I'm gonna name my song that. My next song is gonna be Kimchi Western.
Nice.
Interesting. Oh, we're not even starting yet. Okay. Hell yeah, horses, baby. Yeehaw.
I forgot how drawn out this intro was.
Yeah, really.
This is really like a movie.
It's a Western. We got to get into it.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I gotta pull out my cowboy hat.
We need time to wrangle the horses. Or
Man, I don't have a
whatever.
cowboy hat.
뜨거운 태양에 살짝 미친 나 쉽게 두 볼이 빨개지고 그러다 어질러질 달아오른 날 헤엄을치듯 춤을 추고 음악을 더 크게 더 틀고 싶어 우리 사랑이 안 들리게 안 나도 더 가까이 붙고 싶어 단 심장이 펑 터지게 바라는 두근대게 또
Ooh.
파도는 쿵쿵대게 저기 드라마처럼 내 마음을 두드려줘 내게 들려줘 이 여름의 그 노래를 Turn up the summer Every night, every night, every time, every sign 어디 가도 여긴 tropical night 지는 날 지는 밤바다에 칼바람 잊을 수 없이 타오르는 밤 덤디덤디 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 Turn on my summer 덤디덤디 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 Turn on my summer Hey from 무더 위로 높여 Kicks 나의 연우리 벽을 녹여 아우가드 벅차져버린 속어 뒷가수가 흔들리도록 춤춰 팡팡 터진 축제 장청 머리를 비우고 미친 듯 음악은 turn up 찬방 내는 파도에 비치는 두고동 DJ 이 바람에 뺏게 사랑을 더 세게 더 주고 싶어 날 계절이 느껴지게 이대로 두 눈을 꼭 감고 싶어 태양이 떠도 영원하게 바람은 설렁대게 또 파도는 절렁대게 저기 댄서들처럼 내 마음을 흔들어줘 내게 들려줘 이 여름의 그 노래를 Turn up the summer Every night, every night, every time, every sign 어디 가도 여긴 tropical night 지는 날 지는 밤바다에 칼바람 잊을 수 없이 타오르는 밤 덤디덤디 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 Turn on my summer 덤디덤디 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 달이 잠들고 여름이 다시 그면 내게 불러줘 뜨거웠던 그때 노래를
I'm not gonna make the same joke again.
Let's turn on my summer band. Hit the drum. Dum 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 diddy dum 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 diddy dum 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 diddy dum 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 dum. Turn on my summer. Dum 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 diddy dum 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 diddy dum 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 dum. Turn on my summer.
I just want to imagine that old guy that they showed earlier is just watching this and is like, what the fuck's going on? What are they doing? Why are they dancing in a circle around like fire? Probably has so many questions.
So
you know?
choreographed.
Yeah, so
All right,
choreographed.
I gotta say what I gotta say.
Say what you gotta say.
Say it.
Bus
This
driver
is-
Alex.
This is my favorite title track we've heard so far. I'm serious.
I'm
This is
sorry,
my
it's not
favorite
funny.
so
It's not
far.
funny.
Wow.
By far the best so far. I love a summer concept. I want to dance around a fire with my friends like that. Looks really fun.
Let's do it.
Choreo is so good. Mion's vocals in the chorus are so good. This is the best song on rap verse we've had in any title track yet.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
We've got a beautiful bridge where we actually get Minnie and Mion singing, and it's great. I love this.
I feel like you were full. I feel like you were like this. Like the song was over and I was about to hit pause and you're like, I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna say it.
I gotta jump on it. I gotta jump
Yeah.
on it.
Well,
I know there's
Yeah,
at
I mean-
least a couple other DUMDi DUMDi enjoyers out there. DUMDi
Oh,
DUMDi
yeah.
enjoyers, rise up.
yeah, Citizen Shoop said that haters gonna hate. DUMDi DUMDi slaps. So there you
Yep, shout out.
go.
I will
Therese,
agree.
you should go. Go.
Yeah, I love the summer concept. I love the kimchi western. It was just the right amount of intro for this song. And I did forget about this song because it did not make any of my playlists. And I don't think I'm going to add it to any playlist, but I appreciate it for what it is. And I appreciate all of the sounds they were using. I can't even complain. Like that, it wasn't. None of them were bad. It was just a lot. And if you don't like a lot, then you might not like the song, and that's okay. But yeah, it's a fun song.
It's a chaotic summer song, and
Yeah.
Okay.
that's what I like. Something that to make a note on actual like songwriting and production. Something I thought was really cool is the song's very like fast tempo. It's a very summer upbeat summer song. Something I really like that gives it a lot more dynamics is in the pre-chorus. They do it's just like one part of the pre-chorus that they slow down to halftime.
Yeah.
Where they throw in that like horn hit.
Yeah, I got
like
you.
that dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
It does a good job of slowing the song down for a second, so the ramp up back into the chorus feels like you're building again, because otherwise the song would feel too fast all the way through. So I think it does a good job of breaking up the song where it needs to be broken up and like giving it more texture, like momentum wise.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, my thoughts. I made a weird face at the beginning of the music video because I don't know why. I think it was So Young, like she just throws her coat and like she like just starts like the music video just starts from her like looking back like this, and I was just like, well, where is this going? Who is she talking to? Like, what's going on? So that's my only negative comment, is that some of the storyline parts. Again, this isn't for story accuracy, but I was like a little off put by some of that stuff, but. The actual musicality, the song was really fun. I love the summer vibes. I feel like that is something I'm going to always enjoy about like K-pop groups whenever they do this like summery sort of fun time song. It's just like, damn, now I just want to like go have fun and do shit. You know what I mean? Like go out and live my life. You know, it's got that kind of fun vibe. I also like that they incorporated like, it almost has like an Indian sort of vibe to it. Like I feel like they incorporated like a lot of like Indian instrumentation in this, which I appreciate a lot, because I feel like a lot of their
It might
stuff
be
is
the
more
beat.
could be their beat as well. It's very like, I feel like there's like some moments with like some sitar and stuff, which I was a little surprised about, but I think like the way that the song was crafted was very cool. I also like the way that they paused out for like the whistle part. I know it's very specific, but I like that they cut. Not that you can only hear the whistle, and then it'll cut back into the song, and then it'll cut to the whistle, and then come back out. I thought that was
good.
Neat. I like that. But yeah, they all crushed it. Really enjoyed what Alex said about Soyeon's rap. I think she absolutely crushed it in this song. I think this is probably her best verse to date right now. But yeah. Just a fun song, so I think I'm also a DUMDi DUMDi fan as well.
Let's go.
So, all right. Well, the next one we have here is, I'm gonna skip to the next video here, and then we'll jump into it. But it is
HWAA.
Wow.
Very cool. All right, and everybody keeps saying. Cloud did say that Not Shy came out 1 to 2 weeks after that music video, so that makes sense. So, all right, well, let's get into HWAA.
Yeah. 차디찬 한겨울이 덮친 듯 yeah. 시간은 다 얼어버리고 너의 흔적 남지 않게 하리 못다운 원망도 활활타리 쓸쓸한 추위를 걷어가길 남겨진 시들은 꽃길을 지려발지 하늘 풀이라 다시금 봄을 누리라 추억은 모조리 불이 나 걸음이 돼 찬란한 꽃을 피우리라 난 화를 내리요 더 화를 내리요 잃었던 봄을 되찾게 차갑게 부는 바람 위 눈이 하얗게 덮인 마음이 아침이 오면 부디 모두 녹을 수 있게 불을 지펴라
Ooh,
All right.
I kind of wish
Yes.
it didn't end.
I was gonna say that last section should have been doubled.
Ooh, yeah.
I was vibing with that last section so hard, and it's a little bit of a hard cut.
A little bit of Japanese instrumentation in there too. That was cool. I like that.
Yeah, I think the actual part of the concept of the song is using traditional Korean instruments. For a lot of that, which I thought was really cool. The song is very like not a whole lot of digital instruments being implemented here, and not a whole lot of like electronic stuff being implemented. It's a lot of use of traditional sounds, traditional instruments. It gives it a very like soothing, like ethereal kind of feel to it.
I was gonna
It's
say
very,
that.
like,
Yep.
it's a very beautiful song for like having good energy, and like the vocals are great, but like the instrumentation is very, very nicely put together. So I don't know if there's any other credits on this aside from Soyeon. I didn't have the chance to dive too deep into like individual song credits. I know that she is credited on it. If she took part in like the writing of those instruments and composing that, hats off to her. Really,
Yeah.
really well done. As far as like standouts in the song go, I think Soyeon's verse was very tasteful for the concept and the songwriting as well. I liked seeing her have a little bit more reserved, a little bit more pulled back of a rap verse, at least in the front half of her rap verse. A little aggressive at the end, but it's okay. It worked out. And I love the styling of Minnie's hair. Minnie's red hair is like such an iconic Minnie look for me. So the great song for me.
Yeah. Therese, you want to go or you want me to go?
I don't have a lot to say. I mean, I think it's very enjoyable. I think it's the perfect palate cleanser for people that are used to the K-pop sound. And then this is just sort of like a good song. Enjoy it. It's very relaxing. It does make me a little sleepy. Maybe it's because it's 9:40 p.m. and I had a whole day of work, but I was fighting back a couple yawns, but I was enjoying it.
Therese mid-stream.
I also really loved in their choreography when they like bloom, because it's about like it's paralleling fire with flower, and the choreography where they like open up is so pretty. Great stuff.
Yeah, I would probably agree with a lot of the comments you guys have made. I'm pretty sure in one of the scenes I think they might be in like traditional like Korean garments. I'm pretty positive on that. Considering I have a set when I was a teenager, and I don't know if it'll still fit me because I'm much larger now. But it was very cool to see that. Obviously, being of Korean heritage, I think that was really cool to see them show like appreciation for that culture and heritage. So I appreciate that a ton. As well as that, I think musically it was very beautiful, very like serene almost in some ways. I think it was very like very soothing. So it's probably a song that I would not be like putting on in my car because I would get into a car accident, but I feel like it is something that if I was just chilling in my room and like I needed some like softer, more vibey tracks, then I'd probably put this on a good playlist like that because I think it would sit really well. The vocal layering on this track was also really great too. I love the way it was arranged. That ooze in the back, like the way that they did that in the chorus. I thought that was like really well done. A lot of like lush reverb and stuff to kind of accentuate the musicality of that. So I thought that was really nice. But yeah, overall, great song. I don't know if I would put it in the top (G)I-DLE tracks I've listened to tonight, but it's definitely inoffensive and is one that I probably put on like a nice like chill playlist, as I mentioned before. I think it would hit. So I like that. Cloud said the song is all in Korean, and then there's a lot of traditional / old Korean. I would assume he's referring to instrumentation, which would make sense. Cloud also said this plus Han and Han Alone in the Winter was like a 3-part story, and the last TT was with Soojin. So,
meaning this is the last title track we have with Soojin.
Oh,
yes.
Oh boy.
So yeah, good transition. So pretty much following this, Soojin, and I don't want to really go into details about Soojin's situation, but I'll just say she went on hiatus March 4th of 2021. So in this next song, we'll be checking out Last Dance, which was a song produced not by Soyeon, it was produced by Groovy Room. She is seen in the video because it was like conflicting with the production of the song, her going on hiatus. So she's seen in the video, but she's not actually in the audio track.
Interesting.
Yes. So so the last one we listened to was the last full title track with Soojin. This will be your last time seeing Soojin in a music video.
Interesting. All right. Well,
Okay.
Yep.
This is Last Dance, so let's give it a listen.
죽을 듯이 떠올어도 찢어질 듯이 불러도 벼랑 끝에 서 있어도 더 이상 상관없는 널 여리한 그 자태 붉어진 달 숨은 막 더 끝까지 차올라 어느새 깊게 드리워진 밤 심장은 뜨거워 she got the bomb 얼음처럼 차가웠지 아무렇지 않은 듯이 거친 땅을 딛고 나와 세상을 밟았지 바보처럼 순진했지 보여 홀려버린 듯이 이미 빠져버린 게임 난 멈출 수 없었지 이제 내 집으로 돌아와 멈추지 마 빛으로 달려가 온종일 let's dance. Yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. 온종일 let's dance. Yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. 온종일 let's dance. 여기에 사라지네 어둠 어둠 속에 매를 덮어줄게 오감을 취해 매일내 hello. 들뜬 여기에 사라지네 어둠 어둠 속에 매를 덮어줄게 네 앞에 존재 믿게 해줄게. Smash.
All right, guys, that was Last Dance by (G)I-DLE. Interesting one. I don't,
Yeah. I mean,
Definitely
it's definitely not like a. It's a G-idle track, but it's not. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's. I
It
think
didn't
it's-
sound like one.
Yeah, it was a little odd. I think they have a unique sound. So to have them kind of do more of like a club banger kind of song
it's
is a little odd.
it's like a deep house. kind of.
Yeah,
Like, why-
Yeah.
What was
Track.
this for? Just a single?
I think just a single collab.
Interesting.
I think. Oh, I mean, was it? I don't think it was a title track.
So weird.
I don't know.
Weird one.
Yeah, I mean, it's very. I don't mean this in like a bad way. It's very like bland. Like I don't have anything
Yeah.
really to say about
Like
it.
any other girl group could have done this song.
Right.
Yeah.
It could have been Last Dance produced by Groovy Room by anyone, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it kind of would have done the same thing. Not to say that the girls did like a bad job or anything. Of course.
Yeah,
it
sure.
Sounded great.
Oh,
But,
Minnie's rap was so cool.
Yeah, I just. I mean,
You didn't
Yeah,
like
doesn't-
it?
doesn't stick. No. I think Minnie's rap was fine. I think it was good.
Oh.
I'm sort of talking like the overall song.
Oh, yeah. The one thing I got away was like, yeah, we got another mini rapping section.
Definitely don't want one of those. No.
Cloud gave some context. It was for the app My Universe, which
Oh.
cool in their app, which I remember that time they were doing. My Universe was they were releasing tracks with artists like every month or something like that.
Ew. Okay.
In collaboration.
Sorry.
Yeah. and, like,
I
collaboration.
remember-
It was bad.
So, to give more context to Brendan, who doesn't know anything about
I
K-pop, which is
know
great.
nothing. Yeah, nothing, baby.
Prior to, I guess, like 2019, 2020, all of the K-pop groups were using this app called VLive. And there was something before that. I think it was just fan cafes, but that had all of the groups on it, and the groups would go live kind of like an Instagram live or a Twitch stream.
Okay.
And all of the fan interaction could be held there. At some point, BTS's company Hybe kind of bought out VLive, so that app died, and then a bunch of other apps were springing up because all the other companies wanted to profit off of these platforms.
Sure, that makes sense.
And Universe was one of those apps. I think it was really, from what I hear, it was really hard to use as an app. So they were trying to promote people to use the app by making songs that were only available in the app.
Makes sense. Yep.
Which spoiler alert, doesn't work.
Yeah.
They just get
Especially-
ripped and put on YouTube.
I was gonna say, especially since Cloud said the app died like 2 years ago, and they uploaded
Yeah.
all the MVC YouTube. So that
There's a lot of
Yeah.
those apps that I never even tried to download because it's too much to keep up with. I can't even keep up with the normal social media.
Right. If you look at the date of the info on that track, you'll notice that it was just uploaded like a month ago.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
a month ago, in August.
So,
Wow.
Because
Crazy.
the app's gone. So
Today. The app is gone. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a very inoffensive track, but I also think that maybe another, like you said, you could put another name on there, and I would have been like, okay, cool. Like, that's cool. Like the song.
I think you could have skipped this track altogether on the playlist.
It's no DUMDi DUMDi, I'll tell you that.
No,
yeah.
I liked the Uh-Oh song way more. This one
Last tier
does
list.
nothing.
Does
Nothing for me. Sorry.
That's
All
fine.
right. Before we move on to the next one, so basically, Soojin's been on hiatus, and then August 14th, 2021, Cube announces that Soojin's departure from the group.
Oh no.
So fast forward a little bit of extra time, takes a while. We get the next song, Tomboy.
Nice. Also, Cloud, yes, we did know that Soojin had a comeback today. I think, let's see. Crusoe said, ironically.
Check it out.
We'll check it out or at some point. Anyway, Tomboy, let's get into it.
Look at you, 넌 못 감당해 날. You took off hook, 기분은 cold like brew. Look, my toe, 날 X 이름 tattoo. I got to drink up now, 네가 싫다 해도 좋아. Why are you cranky boy? 뭘 그리 찡그려놔? Do you wanna bump Barbie doll? It's not your, I'm not a doll. Do you think you can? 미친년이란 말이 what's the loss to me? 사정 없이 가보라고 you lose to me. 사람 끝까고 당긴 내 몸에 상처 하나도 어림없지. 너의 속은 나는 향수 나 뿌릴 뻔. Yeah, I'm tomboy. Yeah, I'll be the tomboy. This is my attitude. Yeah, I'll be the tomboy. That's why I don't wanna play this ping pong. I would rather film a TikTok. You're my racer as a prince, but this is Queendom, right? I like dance, I love my friends. Sometimes it's where we don't take a rest. I like to act, I'm drinking whiskey. I won't change it, what the hell? 미친 척이란 말에 what's the loss to me? 사정
Full English rap version, so I don't know that.
That was sick.
Yeah, I'm tomboy. Yeah, I'll be the tomboy. This is my attitude. Yeah, I'll be the tomboy. Said you get it?
No, ew.
Don't eat it.
You
Aw.
get what I mean, tomboy.
She's such a tomboy.
Just me, loving tomboy.
All right. Very cool. Oh, they're all hanging out in the movie theater. Very nice. Just like we are. We're hanging out.
Oh my god, it's us.
We're just going to leave that there. Anyway. Tomboy. This was
What a
very
song.
cool. It was very cool. I like it. Definitely more like kind of a little rock inspired. I saw, you know, for all you metalheads out there, I saw a Slipknot part on one of the girls' dresses. So big salutes. Love Slipknot. Yeah, this is great. I think it kind of the chorus kind of threw me off with just the bleep. I would love to hear it. I'm pretty sure they say like
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure
You
they,
know.
they say fuck. Is that the curse word they're using? Yeah, let's go. Hell yeah.
Very good.
Let's fucking go, baby. Yeah, I think it would have. I think it would have had a little bit. I think it would have had a little bit more of a sting with the curse word. All for cursing here. So I think that. But I love the energy. The whole music video. I felt like that one meme where it's like, I'm in danger. That's me. That's how I felt. I felt like I did something bad. So.
Yeah, the CD version where they actually drop the the F word is way better in my opinion.
Say
I
it,
wish
fuck,
they
Alex.
No, I can't. I'm behaving. I think it gets the message across better in my opinion. I wish they like leaned in and just did it. You know what I mean?
Be a little edgy. Yeah,
like just
hell yeah.
just you use the censored version when they need it, but I just think they should have leaned into the uncensored version more. It would get across their message a lot better because the message of the song is sick. The message is great. It's a very empowering song.
Yeah,
I think it just would have put a little bit more like oomph on it.
That's what I said. It put a little bit more sting. I feel like, which is nice. But yeah, the song was great. I think I love the more like rock energy of it. I know Cloud said that they're all trying to do this rock era that Dreamcatcher has been doing for 5 years. I love Dreamcatcher, so you don't have to show for Dreamcatcher. I already love them already. But yeah, I think this had that just like, it's very rare to find, or at least from what I've listened to thus far, I'm sure there probably are bands that kind of skirt the edge a little bit, but I feel like this is kind of like the first iteration of groups that I've listened to where I was just like, I like the fact that they're just like, pushing the envelope like just a little bit, they're like touching the edge. They're still a K-pop group, but they're like, we're kind of bad though, and I'm like, I kind of like that you're bad, So
no,
that was my 2 cents.
I really wish that the uncensored version was on Spotify.
It's not even on Spotify?
No, it's just on the CD.
No.
Oh my
CD
god,
exclusive version.
That's
Same thing.
That sucks.
I believe it's
to
the
this
same
song.
thing with the Les Seraphim song.
Oh man,
that's bullshit.
No Celestial. I think it's also hard to find.
Man,
dang. But yeah, I freaking love this music video.
Yeah.
I think when I first watched it, when I first listened to the song, I was thrown off for sure because the English lyrics that they use are bizarre to say the least. Like just the coupling of the words, like look, my toe, my ex's name tattoo. What? And then the more I heard it, the more I'm like, you know what? It's kind of bad good. Like it's kind of so bad that I want to keep singing it.
It does
the same way that
line.
Yeah, the same way that like a lot of Blackpink songs recently have done for me. I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane.
I love that.
I love that.
It's so interesting because like a group like G-I-DLE has 2 members who I would say are fluent in English. So it's always funny to me like seeing how stuff like that gets around.
Sure, yeah.
Around them. Because I don't know exactly who's out doing all the lyric writing. Maybe it's Soyeon. Maybe she's getting help from them. Maybe there's another producer working with lyrics. I don't think they're not bad to the point where I won't listen to it. They're
Right.
like you said, they're like, kind of like funny bad. Especially like Soyeon's rap verse is so funny to me.
It is. It is.
Like,
it is
I,
pretty
like,
funny.
I'd rather film a TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
That's such a line. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's a fun concept. As like an OG tomboy, I wouldn't say I relate to this at all. They still look so freaking good. They still look very feminine.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
It doesn't matter because it's not about my 90s experience,
I think there's like a little bit of confusion between like the term tomboy and badass
because they're using the English word tomboy, but in Korea I think it's like slightly different. It just kind of means like not your average girl or something.
Okay,
that makes sense. I don't know for sure, but that's kind of how it's used here, so that's what I'm assuming. But I do think it is still very empowering. I think the breakdown where all of the Barbies come out and they're just like watching this guy get picked up, like la. la 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 la. I was vibing so hard. There was also another pop music video that came out around this time by Selena Gomez, and she also used a lot of Barbie dolls in. I think the whole music video was Barbie doll music video, and I just love it. I love stop motion. It's fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
And there's so much like tongue in cheek in this song and this music video. It's very fun. I do remember a lot of people comparing it to like Billie Eilish, which, yeah, but
fair enough. Yeah,
why
sure.
not?
At the end there for sure.
At the end,
yeah, you can be inspired by other artists. That's fine. Yeah, I love it. I love this song.
Be honest, like around this time, up until I would say even recently, there's been a lot of Billie Eilish inspired.
Oh, for sure.
Parts.
Yeah,
You see it a lot with like. You've seen it with like Purple Kiss. You've seen it with this one group like Third Eye. They have got some songs that are like very Billie Eilish. I mean, I don't even know if that's like can be 100% credited to Billie Eilish. That just shares similarities in like the way that it's like that super bass only low kick, whispery kind of thing. Yeah. I don't know.
But this song blew up in Korea.
That is
out of nowhere.
Worth noting. This is, if G-idle wasn't already really popular, this song was like it was set in stone from here. Pretty much.
Like
this definitely blew up.
They didn't win Queendom, but they got some popularity. They still weren't. I don't think they were completely known by the Korean general public until this song, and then they're a household name. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of. They got, I think, a pretty good amount of music show wins on this one. They did a lot of like dance challenge, TikToks, all the collabs, all that kind of stuff. They were on a lot of variety.
Very cool. Okay, makes sense. Quantum Mechanics said that this was when they got another big surge in popularity, so that makes sense. Crusoe said, the bleeping kind of sucks, throws the song off a bit, would agree. Quantum followed that up in saying that there's an uncensored version, which we talked about. Very cool. And Citizen Shub gave us one of the best lines. I like to sex on drinking whiskey. So can't.
Same.
Not me. Definitely not me.
Whatever it means, I relate.
Whatever she says, retweet.
Yeah. And also second shout out to the queer community. It's neither man nor woman. Man nor woman. So they are establishing themselves as gay icons.
Ayo.
Queer icons.
Let's go. All right. Next one is My Bag. Do I need to know anything?
Oh my god, I love this song. This is my favorite song.
Yeah, this is a fun one. It's not a title track. It's a B-side. Is
it off this album
Therese,
or a different album?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Therese, what's the way to describe this? Just like a flex,
I dare
maybe?
you. Yeah, it's a flex song, but I dare you not to dance.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
The song is just kind of like it's just kind of like a show-offy flex song. I don't know. It's fun. It's just fun. It's as close to a cipher as we're gonna get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I feel like any song My Bag, I feel like, it's gonna go hard. So
let's gonna slap.
Let's get into it. All right. I can't dance. I'm gonna sit here with my arms crossed. Be like this. Son of a bitch.
Shake it, Brandon.
I can't do it. I gotta prove a point. I like the vocal tonality of this. Okay.
힙합이 그냥 훅 들어갈본 나의 원조 I never had the gall aka giant dog 아차하 부스 다듬 닫혀있건 어쩌 bomb I value my love 그만 두들겨 넣어 머리 빈 멍청이들과는 노는 몰이 전혀 달라 you know Red fire diamonds in my bag If you wanna sit down stupid like that My mom is so oh my god damn
Choreo
okay,
sick.
I show you what's in my bag Red fire diamonds in my bag If you wanna sit down stupid like that My mom is so oh my god damn Okay I show you what's in my bag 가벼운 건 no combo에는 덤덤 나쁜 놈 내게 world yeah 덤벼봐라 come I'm a cool lady 유일무이의 캐리 너가 벌벌 떠는 only the side boss baby 넘치는 jealousy but that's jewelry 내 피부부터 영한 것은 언급하기도 귀찮아 존재가 princess 어쩌면 범죄 넘치는 bullet 마음을 관통해 향기 like rose and beautiful 화가 난 가시에 그대 plug yeah 아직 잊지 않은 연락들은 앞으로도 잊지 않을 거니 헛된 희망들은 저기 버려두기 용감한 Say no Red fire diamonds in my bag If you wanna sit down stupid like that My mom is so oh my god damn Okay I show you what's in my bag Red fire diamonds in my bag If you wanna sit down stupid like that My mom is so oh my god damn Okay I show you what's in my bag
I did, Therese.
Oh,
Yeah, let's go.
I can't believe you actually like. I gave up on Miro in the first chorus.
Let's go,
phase.
baby. Prove the point. I can do it.
I'm still thinking about that first Miro drop.
But yeah,
I had
My
to
bad.
I had to stay true, you know.
10 out of 10. My bag.
Yeah, this song's great. It's obviously
Great track.
it's like flex. It's worth watching a video that has the lyrics because the lyrics are also talking about like their characteristics and like what makes them stand out. Really cool.
Mhm.
It's also like just the lyrics are also a flex.
I think I finally placed Mion's tone because when she came in, I straight up thought it was Rose. I was like, oh, okay. There's a lot of similarities there, but I really liked.
Yeah.
I think
Wow,
I was
holy
most
shit.
impressed with Shuhua's verse.
Hers is really good.
Yeah, that might be my favorite part of the song. But
I mean,
man, I love this song.
Citizenship pointed it out in chat as well, but it's really impressive. It's kind of like a give everyone a chance to shine and let everyone rap except for Soyeon. Really, Soyeon
Yeah.
doesn't. I don't know if you picked up. She does the chorus. She doesn't have a rap
Correct.
verse.
Yep.
Which is cool. It's like a nice to let the light shine your other members.
Sure. Agreed.
Which I think they did really well because I think all their verses stand out. There's nothing I want to say like I like Yugi's the best, I think, because I like
Yugi's was good. Yeah.
I like the choreo she does with hers and
Yeah.
with like the timing with her deep voice, and then like she mentions her verse like talks about her deep voice, and it's funny. It's just very like in the pocket for her. It works
I would
super
agree.
well. But like you hear mini rap, which is awesome. I love hearing mini rap, and I think she also does the vocal inflection that references back to LATATA, where in the beginning of LATATA she does
Oh,
that
That was sick.
like
Yeah.
she does that in the beginning of LATATA, their debut track, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. So
I'd like only tone it to this
off,
song now.
so hearing her verse start off with that, if that's like a reference, I think it is really cool. But yeah, hearing Shua get like a chance to have some syncopation, like a little bit of a rap vibe, great. I love it. It's worth checking out like the stages they've done for it, because even like something as simple as their like microphone etiquette and the stages is really cool. It's really fun.
Yeah, I would say I really enjoyed this one. Funnily enough, because I wasn't going nuts on this song, I think it allowed me to focus in a little bit more. But this was great. I think this, like I said, groups in previous songs that we just talked about. I think this one gave really an opportunity for everyone to shine, like Alex mentioned, which I love, because I think oftentimes, like, especially when you have like larger groups and you have groups that have like 7 or 8 or 9 different people in it, I feel like it can get easily lost in the shuffle a little bit. So I do like the fact when they do have tracks like this that you get to hear everybody in their unique tones. And then like I also think at the same point it allows you to maybe point out things in other G-Idle songs where I'm gonna be like, oh, that's like Minnie. I love Minnie's like vocal tone in this song, and I didn't even realize it, and now I'm gonna know because I listened to My Bag, So great song, very fun. Choreo was also very sick. I want to say that some of the dance routines that they had in this song were on point. I think they really got it going. I also just love that. I think it was Soyeon in the middle that has like the bucket hat. I just like how you couldn't even like see her eyes. It was just so fucking good. It just covered half her face, which is like kind of give her a hard stance. I like it. So but it was good.
She is hard.
What about you?
Yeah, for being like 5'3" or whatever she is.
Oh my god, so tiny.
she is a tiny girl.
Yeah.
She still has badass energy.
She does. She does have badass energy. Agreed. Therese, what you got? What you got for us?
I think I said everything. I mean, loved Shuha's verse. I think Yugi is going to be my bias. I think I've decided.
Yeah.
Really good hair, really good singing in all of the music videos. So, yeah.
I think mine's morphing into Minnie. I think she's gonna be my bias.
That's good. That's a
join the
good
Yugi
bias
train.
I do really like Yugi though. I would say I feel like she is like the slow burn. I think by the end of it, it's gonna be like Minnie and Yugi.
Other than Soyeon though, Soyeon is number one.
Yeah,
so.
I was gonna say.
Okay,
obviously,
okay. We can all agree.
I feel like the more variety and the more like shows and interviews I've watched, the more I've leaned towards Yugi and Minnie. It probably has to do with them speaking English, so there's a lot more out there that I can consume. Like Yugi and Minnie were on Eric Nam's podcast. Episode
I saw clips from that. Yeah,
they did like a whole, I don't know, like an hour or something on there, but they were like really, really great to talk to. They've also done like other English content and some really fun interviews and stuff. Yugi and Minnie together are very chaotic and very funny.
Come on,
all
the
the members are very funny.
I'd love to have you.
But
come on, G.I.O. Let's do it.
Something super crazy about
G.I.L.'s too big for this channel.
Whoa, excuse me.
If you want to highlight unknown artists, G.I.L. is not it.
I mean, that's true. But also, like, I'd love to have G.I.O. on, so that'd be very fun.
We're gonna start a new series on the channel.
50-50. I can have love for big artists, Therese. Okay.
You can, yeah.
I'm shooting for the stars here.
Create a new playlist for the well-known people out there too.
Yeah.
Hey BTS, come on
BTS,
the show.
Come on, yeah, Jungkook, let's go.
Totally.
Hey RM, come on the show.
Yeah, see, Therese,
for sure.
It's funny now, huh? Yeah.
I would be too scared to talk to BTS.
No, you're
same with Soyeon. Honestly,
you're gonna be the first guest on here. Let's go. I'm gonna have you ask the questions.
Oh my god.
Especially for BTS. Is this? How would you even go about saying this? Is this what I think?
What do you think?
Your best guess.
Is it nude?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can't be a little risque here, So anyway, do I need to know anything about?
It.
Do I need? Yeah, that's true. Do I need to know anything about nude, Alex?
I do have some notes on this one.
Ah, very nice.
Okay. I have actually a little bit of a paragraph that I just took from, I think, Genius or something like that.
Whoa. Citing sources. Love it.
Yep. I have the girls took various references from important women in pop culture over the years with a specific focus on Marilyn Monroe and the way she has managed to evade feminine stereotypes and projected sensuality in the public eye as a Great Shining Diamond. The song samples George. I'm gonna mess all this up. I'm so sorry. The song samples George Bizet's Carmen Habanera L'Amour es un Oseo Rebel.
Okay.
1875 violin melody. And the song earned them 11 music show wins.
Is that considered
Which is
a
a lot.
I was gonna say.
Yes.
That sounds like a
Yes.
lot. All right, cool. Well, let's jump into nude. Not actually
Whoa.
nude though.
Whoa.
Sorry. I'm gonna cancel now.
Hello, my name is Yappy Yappy Yo. 말투 멍청한데 몸매 sexy sexy yo. 그럼 달려봐, can't 열어. 날 내가 혹기는 웃게 뒤틀려버린 노래라. I don't need a mind. 철학에 미친 독서관. Self-man, 싸가지 없는 스토리에 모지 황당한 야유하는 관객도. You treat me, you a liar.
Like that.
Yes, I'm nude. I don't give a love. Baby, how do I look? Yeah, how do I look? Yeah, I don't 날 입고 따따라따라. Baby, how do I look? Yeah, how do I look? Yeah, I don't 날 입고 따따라따라. Ouch. 실례합니다. 여기 계신 모두 한 작품을 기대하셨다면 Oh, I'm sorry. 그딴 건 없어요. 안 부른 저쪽 대중은 흥미없는 정보. 그 팝콘을 던져도 덤덤. 행복과 반비례 평점. But 나의 정점 멋대로 낸 편견은 토할 것 같지. 별거 바꿔줘버린 movie star. 더 부끄럽게 없는 맘. 거리 불품 롯데도 어쩌면 내게도 다시 사랑받지 못한데도 Yes, I'm nude. Yes, I'm nude. Nude. I don't give a love. Baby, how do I look? Yeah, how do I look? Yeah, I don't 날 입고 따따라따라. Baby, how do I look? Yeah, how do I look? Yeah, I don't 날 입고 따따라따라. Yes, I'm nude. Yes, I'm nude. Now I draw a luxury nude. Why you think about nude? 'Cause you feel so rude. Think outside the box. 까고 말해. 아름다운 나의 nude. 아름다운 나의 nude. I'm born nude. 변태는 너야. Nude.
All right, there we go. This video is inspired by Marilyn and Banksy. Very cool. Like it. Makes sense.
Yeah, I saw a lot of those references.
Yeah. This is very regal
Yeah.
in sound theming concept. I think that the message, what I pretty much described before this, is conveyed very well.
I don't
Agreed.
know if I would categorize it as regal.
Maybe regal isn't the right word. I'm thinking more. It's like it's very fitting of that like
The time period.
It's a little like
time period.
burlesque.
It's very
Burlesque,
timey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It all sort of sits in like I don't know what that like 50s, maybe before that. I don't know time periods very well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It okay. A better way to put it is they if they're concepting around Marilyn Monroe, it's very in that era, and it
I would agree. Yeah.
like the whole video, it's cool. I like the implementation of like the cartoon animation stuff in the video. Thought that was cool. My favorite part I think, I think the second chorus. Yugi is singing. I don't know what she does. She like comes up from a note with like a lot of grit in her voice.
Like
It
rasp.
has like
Yeah.
like some rasp in her throat, and it sounds really good. It's just like a little extra texture on the vocals. It stands out a lot, I think. I've never actually heard it before until listening this time. I thought that was cool. One thing I think that hurts the song a little bit, in my opinion, is just like I feel bad. Like I can't really hate on them for it or like flame them for it or complain. I think some of the pronunciation throws off the message or like what they're trying to get across sometimes.
Yeah, like you can't get really playful with this song. It's just sort of, it has to be taken word for word or like what they're trying to say, and if it's not conveyed clearly, it might not hit.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't even know how to get the right words out. It's like almost maybe a little heavy-handed with like how the lyrics are just as direct as possible.
Yeah, I think
maybe what they're going for.
Right. It's very apparent what they were trying to say, what they said. They weren't trying to say it, they said it. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate all the references to the women in pop culture, the Madonna bra, and all of the people that were deemed as harlots, I guess, when they were really just kind of trying to break out of that double standard. And that double standard still very much exists. So it's still a pretty current message. I don't think it matched musically. Like, I enjoy the sample that they used, but they could have used it in a much more grand setting rather than just the violin. And the buildup they had to it made it an anti-drop, and that didn't make sense to me. Unless it was meant to signify the disappointment of not seeing a nude woman. Because in that case, I was a little disappointed. But I did really appreciate the messaging and the effort they put into it, and the styling was kind of trendy, not like it's kind of trend setting, or like using the older, more burlesque, more Marilyn concepts in a more modern tone. It's fun.
Yeah. Let me think. I feel like I kind of have mixed thoughts on this song. Like I think I love the imagery of it. Obviously, you know what Therese said about there being some double standards when it comes to like, women in pop culture and stuff, and I appreciate the fact that they're shedding a light on that sort of stuff, again, breaking that sort of mold of what I feel like K-pop is in that way, where like I feel like a lot of times it's like kind of like, I want to say like shoehorn, but it's kind of like where everything's like it's a closely guarded secret, like you can't talk about, like you can't say fuck, or you can't like do this, or you can't do that. What I appreciate about G-Idle is that they're willing to just like push the limits every time, where they can kind of say like, hey, how far can we go where we won't get flack for it, and that still drives our message or tries to get things across. And I think that that's kind of tonally what I've realized about them, is that they're going to continue to push that envelope, and so I appreciate them for that. I do think musically the sample was cool. I think in certain parts I do agree with Therese that I think they could have really kind of delved into it a little bit more heavy-handedly, especially just with that type of sample and it being very grandiose. I feel like they could have definitely just like fully laid into it a little bit more and had it be like, I want to say like, I feel like it could have been borderline like satirical almost, where like I feel like if they went maybe more in that direction, I think it would have like conveyed the sort of like tongue-in-cheek aspect of like the music video to the actual song. So I think they could have went a little bit harder, if I'm gonna be honest, in at least in the musical aspect of things. I think the music video and the way it was shot, I think, was really well put together. I do agree. I like the cartoon. I think that was a reference to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I'm pretty sure, like to Jessica Jones kind of thing. So I thought that was very cool. I like that. But yeah, overall, I think it was a good song. I think it's, I think they could have really, I think musically they could have hit the nail more on the head. But I think like watching the music video, I think ups that value a little bit more. Like if I was just to listen to this song and not see the music video, I think maybe it might not have that same sort of like presence that I feel like the music video has. So
I remember when this came out, I just listened to the audio first. I didn't like the song.
that's
Like,
fair.
just
Yeah.
straight up. I do like it after like watching the video and then actually learning more about the concept and stuff. I think there's a disconnect maybe when you come from Tomboy and how aggressive it was with that message.
Yeah.
And you come to this song where I think it's a probably even a more prevalent, important message that
Sure. Agreed.
they're putting out there, but it's a less impactful song.
Agreed.
So
yeah.
maybe that's like the disconnect.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
No, I think you nailed it, Alex.
Yeah.
So, cool. Well, let us know what you think about Nude. And actually, I'm not going to say that. Anyway, I'm going to completely jump from that comment there. Anyway,
Let us know what you think about G-Idle Nude.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the
There you
one.
go. That's correct. Thank you, Therese. Apparently, I can't internet very well. The next one is Allergy. So, do we need to know anything about this one?
I have a whole bunch of context about this one.
Let's go.
Okay, again, this is I think from an interview and from Genius. Lyrics are written by Soyeon, who faced countless abusive comments about her visuals, especially during the competition show Produce 101, which she was on years ago and did not make the final group. On the show, Soyeon was known as one of the most talented girls on the show, but was ignored because she wasn't as pretty as the other girls.
What?
Excuse me?
What? Did I hear that right?
Oh,
Yeah, she was also
That's
on.
fucked.
It was also a big thing. What was the other show she was on? On Pretty Rap Star,
yeah.
maybe. It was also a big thing on there too.
Terrible.
What am I
Anyways, in this
missing?
video, you're missing some shit.
Well, I
In this
mean, what am
video, She
I?
plays the main character who has no confidence and only admires pretty girls on her Instagram feed, etc. Other members play the different pretty girls characters dealing with their own struggles, also hiding away.
All right.
And I think that I've seen the video before. I think it's a pretty cut and dry, clear concept. So
All right. Let's get into Allergy.
I'm just looking at pictures of Soyeon. I'm like, I don't get it.
yeah, no, they were
I
wrong.
also don't get it. They're dead
She's
wrong.
very pretty. They were
Yeah.
wrong. She was pretty
Yeah.
back then. She's pretty now. So I don't understand what they were
Yeah.
smoking.
Big dumb.
but
L take.
They're lost. Look at her now.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
얼굴 없는 feed party 날리는 followers I'm head of Instagram head of TikTok 럭 걸린 gallery 볼품 없는 feed 뭔데 운동도 안 하고 메이크업은 나도 못하고 그래 난 내가 봐도 별로인 매일 밤 인탐 세탭 낭만 없는 샤넬 왠지 나보다 성숙한 요즘 10대 MZ 해시태그 Y2K 세상은 나 빼고 잘 돌아가 Please give me the hit button 넌 내가 너무 싫거든 Alright Yeah Oh my 빌어먹을 my name Why am pretty Why am lovely Why am sexy Why am I me Love me love me love me love me love me what Love me love me love me love me love me what She's so pretty yeah so lovely She got everything Why am I not her Love me love me love me love me love me but 빌어먹을 내 거울 allergy
Did they say fuck there too?
Oh, I don't know.
It said friggin', so I'm gonna guess.
We love the hype boy reference.
Yeah, you missed the hype boy reference.
Take a deep breath. You'll slowly fall asleep. And when you wake up, you will be a queen.
All right. Very cool. This was Allergy by G-Idle. I guess I'll start. I enjoyed this a lot. I think this is very much in my lane. It's like a pop rock, little pop punky kind of song, which I appreciate. I always love when K-pops delve into that sort of, my territory. So I like that. I think the message was conveyed super well. I was reading a lot of the lyricism just because I knew, Alex reference at the beginning. But I think it was conveyed super well. I think as Cloud and Citizen said, it's like a lot of their beauty standards in Korea are obviously at a way higher level than I would argue most countries are. But I think it's like, it's good to know that, again, very similarly to the comments I made last time, which is talking about stuff that's like a very prevalent comment for, I would imagine, for a lot of women, and probably men as well, having unrealistic beauty standards for people, and so, you always want to feel like if you're online or you're on the phone or something like that and you're looking at other people on Instagram, you're like, damn, I wish I looked that good, and so I kind of, can definitely resonate with that. And as well as that, I think the song was just a fun, I think the song was really fun, really energetic, but I think it obviously hides like a larger, deeper meaning. And so I appreciate that a ton. So great song. I think one of the standout ones for me, at least.
I don't know if I would say standout.
At least
I don't know if
out.
it stands out that much.
It was stand out for me. I liked it.
I do appreciate
out in the sense. Sorry, I think it just stands out in the sense that it uses like a pop rock.
Yeah. Not like a standout G-Idle song. I think it's a standout for me
more
because
pop rock.
It's my lane. It's my lane of music.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like vocally or like rap or vocals, I don't really have much to say about it. You know what I mean? There's not actually that much going on in the song. I think it's more of like a messaging thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I struggled with because like the music itself was a little bit it was a little bit generic, but I wouldn't say that's a bad thing, especially for a B-side. It's fine. I like the incorporation of pop rock, and I like that Soyeon got to play around a bit with it. This is just one of those messages that I can't relate to. Like, I don't have any perspective to like, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm so pretty, I never have that problem. It's just like, it's always a perspective thing because there are plenty of girls out there that think this. I meet them every day. I meet like 30-year-old women who I think are gorgeous, and they're like, well, I'm still single, so I must be ugly. And I'm like, are you crazy? There's plenty of people that need to hear this song or like want to hear something reaffirming like this, because everyone struggles with, or a lot of people struggle with image issues. And I can't really, like, I couldn't relate to the song. I couldn't really relate to the music. So I didn't really find it one of my favorite G-Idol songs, but I appreciate it. I will say, going back to Korean beauty standards, it's true that their standards are different than ours. So like people that we think are gorgeous, like Kwasa or Soyeon, and might not be considered gorgeous in Korea, which is crazy. But they also have a pretty heavy cultural difference of speaking their mind about other people's appearances, where we might keep it quiet. We're like, oh my God, you have a huge zit on your forehead. Someone in Korea would tell you that because they feel like it's doing you a favor. But you wouldn't say that in America because everyone knows the insecurities that are that people harbor. So I get it. I get it. This one might not be for me.
That's fair.
I don't know if this is fair to say. I think we had a conversation about this a couple days ago at some point. I'm not sure in reference to which group. It's kind of hard to listen to the whole like K-pop idol not being pretty,
right
thing.
Or like their relatability to you.
It's hard to feel relatable to not being pretty and to not feeling like you're confident in your looks and don't feel great when you go on to these K-pop idols' actual Instagram feeds and see what they're posting. It's it's not very authentic in my opinion.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Whereas like in Soyeon's situation, I know that she did struggle with that, like getting bullied and and stuff about her looks on the shows she was on prior to this. I'm sort of making more of like a general comment. And I think for maybe something like that, where it's like, oh, Soyeon's been very vocal about her struggles with that. Maybe this would have landed better as a Soyeon solo song, like on her EP then or something.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
It's for me, it's like I struggle sometimes with like hearing like a full K-pop group song where they're complaining about their looks.
Especially when their little like nerdy styling is so cute. Like all of their little clear glasses and their accessories. I'm like, no.
Like
if you wanted to try being more realistic,
like quote unquote, even her quote unquote like ugly look or whatever is still like what a lot of people would kill to look like.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would agree with that.
Like kind of adding to the issues. I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe if
it's a hard subject to tackle, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe if it was written more in like past tense, or like there was a glow up period, which they kind of had. They had a little montage where like a bunch of girls took you to go get a makeover, but then those girls were also singing about how they didn't feel pretty. So you kind of get like the sleepover thing where like all these girls, or if you've seen Mean Girls, there's a scene where it's like, oh my God, my butt's so big, like I have man shoulders, and then one girl's like, I have really bad breath in the morning. Like she has to relate. So it's definitely something that girls do a lot, and they have done in groups, and I can't understand it.
Citizen made a couple good comments. I did make a comment about if they said fuck, and they said it's a Korean swear, probably somewhere between frig and fuck, so that makes sense. And then also commented on what we just talked about, which is, I don't know if I agree with that. You can be a part of the machine and still call out negative parts of it. So that, I feel like I'm probably on the same boat as Citizen, where I feel like it's like, yeah, you can look at these idols and be like, oh my God, they're like a very unrealistic like representation of beauty, but I also feel like they're like they have the following to at least like say like, hey, like, there's days where I look in the mirror and I'm not feeling 100%, even though I'm like a K-pop idol, So I think I can relate to that, certainly. You know, and obviously it's maybe to a little bit lesser of a value, but I still feel like it's an important concept that they A, wanted to tackle, and B, like, is an important thing that, like, you know, your standard of beauty should be your own and not somebody else's opinion.
Yeah, it's true. They literally live in a different world, so it's just as competitive for them as it is for everyone else.
Sure, absolutely. So I'm just glad I'm not a K-pop idol. So
yeah, really.
be wild.
Gosh, can you imagine the the things they'd say about our appearances?
Please, I need all the character building things. So say all the mean shit you want to say about me. Ready? No, okay. Next song is, let me get it set up. We have Queencard, which is the one, ironically, they were setting up for the music video. So
Yep.
anything else,
Queencard.
Alex?
Yep, Queencard is a continuation from Allergy.
Oh, cool. So it's a part 2, essentially.
Both on the same album.
Very cool.
Yep.
All right, let's get into Queencard then.
Previously on I Feel.
I like that.
Hey you 뭘 보니 내가 좀 섹시 반했니 Yeah you 뭐하니 너도 내 kiss kiss 원하니
월, 화, 수, 목, 금, 토, 일, 미모가 쉬지를 않네
머리부터 발끝까지는 부셔 빛이 나네
어쩌기 언니 아들 내 패션을 따라하네 아름다운 여자의 하루 남자 아름답네 이 파티에 준비된 birthday cake 태어나서 감사해 everyday 니잼 그래 내가 봐도 난
3, 2
Queencard I'm hot my book and book is all spotlight 날 봐 I'm star star star
Queencard I'm top I'm twerking on the runway
I am a Queencard
The reactor face. I know a thing or two about that.
Take a photo I'm a queen card I'm a queen card I'm a queen card I'm a queen card Look so cool look so sexy like Kim Kardashian Look so cute look so pretty like Ariana
I wanna with you 뽀뽀 I wanna with you 뽀
자꾸 이뻐져 거울 속 너
이 파티에 준비된 blur champagne 태어난 걸 축하해 everyday
I don't know if you want that.
3, 2
Queencard I'm hot my boob and booty's hot spotlight 날 봐 I'm star star star
Queencard I'm top I'm twerking on the runway I am a Queencard you wanna be the Queencard
I'm a queen card I'm a queen card I'm a queen card I'm a queen card Take a photo I'm a queen card I'm a queen card I'm a queen card I'm a queen card
누굴 나들친 걸 Queencard 맛들던 날 살찐 걸 Queencard 자신감 넘치는 걸 Queencard I am a Queencard you wanna be the Queencard
Oh, I thought something was wrong with my computer for like 2 seconds. God.
Okay, I never put 2 and 2 together, so now it like totally brings it back for me.
What,
I think
we care to elaborate, Therese?
well, first of all, I think it's weird that Allergy is the second track on this album and Queencard is the first, because it's very obviously like leading one into the other. Because this is what I wanted from the last video of like, my past was that I feel ugly and now I feel beautiful just the way I am. That's what this is. It's just a different song. And honestly, when I first, because I don't think I saw the Allergy music video, I don't think I looked into the song outside of hearing it on the album. So now that I have let Queencard lie a bit and I'm rewatching it, I didn't like it when I first heard it, and now I like it. Now I can see all of the memeable qualities that I liked with Tomboy. And I can like get back on the dance floor and sing about how my boob and booty is hot.
And then I can twerk on the runway.
And then I can twerk on the runway.
Yeah, twerk on the runway. Or what was the other line? It was like something about Kim Kardashian.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Feel so hot,
feel so sexy.
Like Kim Kardashian. Feel so cute like Ariana.
Yeah.
Look, I love the message of the song. Like the video. Hate the song.
Which is fair. Like, I was there. I was you once.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm a queen card. Even the way that they emphasize it's so addictive.
Fair
I'm
enough.
trying to place like
It
a
is an
specific.
It is an earworm.
I'm trying to place a specific like tactile thing, and it kind of feels like keyboard typing.
There's so
queen
many
card.
things I like about the song, except for the actual song itself. Does that make sense? There's so many things I like about
That's fair.
the whole
Yeah, that's
presentation,
fair.
except for the actual song. Like
I
I like
speak your mind out.
I like the choreo. I like the ending bit. I like the ending quite a bit. But like the choreo is fun. I think the concept is good. I think like the lyrics, besides all the really awful ones, I think the message of the lyrics are good. The music video is super fun. I think I agree with Therese. It does a way better job of telling a concise story and one that has that has resolve.
Yeah.
Which is great. I just the main parts of the song, I don't know, doesn't hit for me.
I think it's a fun vibey song. You know, like I definitely enjoy I think I enjoyed that aspect of it. I think it closes out the song very well. I was a little concerned on how they were gonna end out the song because like obviously they showed her like waking up, and I was like, are they just gonna end it there? And then obviously she got out and she was like, I'm beautiful just the way I am. That's cool. So I do appreciate that it kind of pulls that storyline full circle, because I think if it just ended and it didn't have that like full circle moment, I would probably say I wouldn't enjoy this one as much. I think sonically I would enjoy it, but like lyrically I'd be like, I feel like you're defeating the purpose of having Allergy altogether. Like, why would you even release that song if there's no like concrete like ending towards it? And I think that if I was to listen to both of these songs back to back without the music video, I think I would like Allergy a lot, but I don't think I would like Queencard as much, because I think there's not like that tie-in that obviously you can see in a music video, where like if I just listened to the songs, I'd be like, well, this sucks. Well, like she's saying that like she's got like a boobs and ass now, and then like the other things she's just like, I really suffer with my body image. It's just like, pick a lane, you know, like that's how I would feel. But watching the music video, I think, gives you a lot better context. So I would say that for me personally, if I was just to listen to the songs, probably wouldn't be too much of a fan of it. But I think for watching the music videos, I would say it definitely makes me more of a fan of both of the songs collectively, because I think there's a lot of story tie-ins that you would miss out on just by listening to the songs. So other than that, song was pretty inoffensive, other than some of the choice language that we used and some of the lyricism.
I do think I understand why a lot of people don't like it and might like Tomboy, is because Tomboy has that ending segment of that like Billie Eilish beat, and this song kind of continues that segment, but it's not as good as it was in Tomboy.
Agreed. I
So
would also
might be
agree
a
with
bit
that.
of struggling with that popular song comeback. Although Nude was good. Nude was in between, and that was I like Queencard a lot more now. So I might skip Nude, but I wouldn't skip Queen.
You wouldn't skip this one. Yeah, that
No.
I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
Citizen says boob and booty hot is one of the best memes in K-pop since jopping.
No one explained what jopping is. We're gonna get to Super M, and that needs to be a raw reaction.
I'm scared. I don't.
Woo!
Please do not tell me. I don't want to know, but I also fearful of my life right now. There's so much. I want to go on just a quick tangent. There's so much shit that people say in comments, whether it's like live in chat or like after the fact, and I don't have any idea. I answer all the comments on Audio Addiction on YouTube, and it scares the fuck out of me because there's some stuff that they mention, and I'm just like, I don't get any of this stuff. So, oh god. Don't instigate, Citizen. Don't instigate. I don't need this.
You're gonna be amazed by
Is it
jopping.
possible to have a jopping reaction gone right?
No, it's
think
gonna
that's the
be
point.
the most amazing song that he's ever heard, and
Oh god.
might not ever recover from. So let's hype it up. Hype it up for Bridge.
Okay, that's.
But yeah, you can always send us.
That would be for the 3,000. That would be the 3,000 sub, which we've already hit. So we will do it in the 3,000 stream.
But
oh my god. Anyway, yeah, no, I think I can usually make do with most comments, but there are some that I am like. There's some stuff
it's
I
its
don't
own
know about this group.
vocabulary.
Yeah,
So.
there is their own vocabulary. So. Anyway, shout outs to K-pop community. You guys are awesome. But next one is I Do, and this is
Cool.
I assume we're getting into the newer stuff or newest stuff.
Yeah, we're back. I'm back on my G-Idol era here. I'm back in my bag right now. This is
You're in your bag.
I'm
My
locked
bag.
in. Yeah, I'm locked back in a G-Idol with this song. So this is their first song with 88 Rising. They signed to 88 Rising for their
Hell
overseas
yeah.
promotions.
Let's
This
go.
is the first song they put out off of their new English EP with 88 Rising.
Hell yeah. Let's
Is that
go.
out
So-
now?
Yes, I believe so. I say that very unsurely. So I think so,
Is it
but I
called
don't know
Heat?
for sure.
There's
Yeah.
something on here called Heat. Okay,
Yes.
I need to listen to that. All right.
That's a later for later.
Yes. So the main difference here is obviously it's all in English. The whole album's all in English, and I also believe that Soyeon is not the main producer or the producer in general for these songs. At least the two that we're listening to, from what I know.
Okay. Very cool.
So-
And Crusoe, yeah, it is never too much, but it might be too much for me since I'm baby. So just want to reiterate that. Anyway, let's get into I Do from G-Idle. Are we loading? Here we go. Are we? Come
This
on.
is part of the music that it's. I don't think.
Oh, here
There
we
we
go.
go.
I was like, man, it's taking a while.
God, I love this video.
Yeah, this is a really good one.
That's a look. I like that.
It's also my favorite
Mhm.
mini styling she's ever had.
Don't disagree.
I'm gonna get my hair like that. Half like fucking neon blue.
They look pretty cool. Ah.
I wish I could sneeze and turn into someone else.
I wish I could sneeze and turn into Mian from G-Idol.
I was
Right?
gonna say. Be a good problem to have.
Hit me like a shot in the heart. Never should have played you so hard. Guess I play myself, that's my fault.
I don't even know how to think. 'Cause now she got your heart, so I feel
Stupid, foolish, afraid I'm losing everything. I thought I could, and my whole world is falling apart. Don't you go falling in love.
Ooh.
Trust me, she's not the one. She will never love you like I do, hold you like I do, know you like I do.
don't you go falling in love. 'Cause I might break this shit up. I won't let her
Love you like I do, touch you like I do, nothing like I do, nothing like I do. Hit me like a poisonous dart. You were trouble right from the start. Should've run, I guess it's my fault. I don't even know how to think. 'Cause now she got your heart, so I feel stupid, foolish, afraid I'm losing everything. I thought I could, and my whole world is falling apart.
Don't you go falling in love. Trust me, she's not the one. She will never
Love you like I do, hold you like I do, know you like I do. Don't you go falling in love. 'Cause I'ma break that shit up. I won't let her love you like I do, touch you like I do, nothing like I do, nothing like I do.
What an interesting ending.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love the video a lot. I don't understand the ending.
Agreed. Yeah.
If somebody has more context or knows what happened there, please tell me.
What do you mean? She just got beamed up by rescue
Beam me
ship.
up, Scotty.
I guess I don't understand what was up with the dudes in the suits and why they were just restraining him
And not trying to go after her.
and why she was.
I mean,
kinda
they
just
were trying to
standing
go
there.
after her. They had their lights on her and ready to capture her.
She was like,
Just let her
"We
stand
just-"
there.
She's like, "Gone. I'm out." She's the guy that does the like meme and he just
You
disappears.
had to give time, like, it might have only been 5 seconds that she was standing there, but it was in slow-mo, and then she had to have the recap, so
Yeah. She had
they
to
were
have the
about to
internal
grab
monologue.
her at any
But she
second.
disappeared.
And then the guys disappear, and then he's just there by himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sad. Because the,
Just-
the Men in Black came and wiped his memory.
Mm.
Yeah. What? This is all so
It's
obvious.
it's a G Idol logo is what wiped everybody's
Yeah.
memory. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Citizen says, I think the ending is supposed to be like she changed the timeline to save him.
Ooh,
That's
I like
that's
that more.
actually that's a good one. I like that.
Okay.
We'll go with that. We
Yeah, we'll
like
go with that.
Yeah, leave your concept or ending theories
in the
in the
comments, or chat.
I love this video and the
Yeah.
song.
Song was
Yeah,
great.
the song and video
Ooh.
are both like honestly both a 10 out of 10 for me. I love the song. It is such like a I don't know, like a slow synth pop
Yeah,
banger. It's almost ballady.
it is.
Um,
Yeah.
It's so nice, and like the lyrics are great. The video is so beautifully shot. It's like very different from any other thing G Idol has done as far as like the
Agreed.
cinematography, as far as the styling, as far as like the storytelling. It's very clearly not a Cube G Idol partnership video.
Agreed.
So I think 88 Rising did a great job of like having their own identity working with them, which I think is what they need because they're not going to pop off in the United States doing Queencard. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
A song like this could, hopefully will, do well over here.
Yes, I would agree.
So I think
Yeah.
overall, I think it was a smart choice. Good decisions made, well executed.
Mhm.
I think music video wise, I think it's kind of in the same lane to me as like any of like the Joji music videos. Like Sanctuary comes to mind, is like in terms of like styling. I feel like it's kind of similar to that. I'm a huge 88 Rising fan. I love a lot of their artists, so I feel like this is great signing by them certainly. But the song I really enjoyed. I was like humming along in that chorus a little bit. So I might be in the same boat as Alex and being in the G Idol this era right now, because I like those kind of like love song, like ballady sort of little sad sub boy hours type songs, sad girl hours type songs. So I was feeling this one. This is a good one. Probably my favorite G Idol track right now.
Oh. I mean, I definitely put it in my top 3. I think.
I think it's very emotive. Like I like the
It is.
Yeah,
It
I
did
like the emotion
such a
behind
good
it.
such a good job singing, getting a lot of the pronunciations right, which we know they have struggled with previously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that is kind of the secret sauce to getting K-pop to succeed in the West, is getting the pronunciations down, and a lot of people have realized that, and so I'm really appreciating the effort.
It's very important. You see, like, there are definitely groups that make attempts to do stuff in the West, and I think that's something they underestimate the importance of.
Mhm.
And I think it does lose them credibility, and it does lose them fans that don't know anything about K-pop that just can't
Yeah.
understand.
It's
Like,
really unfortunate
because they're trying. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing they can really do about it. It
And
needs to.
oh my god,
It's something that really needs to be like dealt with very, like
Methodically.
methodically and very like detailed, because there's just sometimes it's like the way you pronounce one word can throw
Right.
off like a whole sentence.
or like the rhythm of the word
Yes.
is so important, which is so stupid. But
Yeah,
in my
it
like
is very
mini
dumb.
rant, I'm mostly surrounded in my day-to-day life by people that do not know K-pop, do not have any like consumption of Asian media at all, and it kills me. But a lot of times when people come up to me, they'll mention something related to like the Asian media they saw, and whenever they see K-pop idols do interviews, because there's a lot of them now,
Sure.
they complain that they speak such broken English. And I'm like, yeah, because English isn't their first language, and it's a very
Yeah.
hard language to learn after
But
Korean.
they're
And they're like,
speaking English.
yeah, and well,
Yeah.
their problem was they would rather them speak Korean and have it translated. And I was like, okay, I totally hear you, but nobody is providing them translators. They're literally like, we need your clout, come on our show. And then they just have to figure it out as they go. And they're like, well, why don't they travel with translators? Why don't I'm like, that stuff costs so much
It's
money.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you need to rotate out translators for how many people are speaking. Like there's so much misunderstanding about people using their native language in America, and I think it's so strange.
Agreed. Yep.
I'm definitely on the boat where like let's normalize broken English. Broken English is the universal language, so let's keep doing that.
Yeah. Facts.
Even though I really appreciate these English songs with like very nice, correct pronunciation, I wish that we could have more English songs that people wouldn't get all hung up, because then you get those memeable things like my boob and booty is hot, and it could be like purposefully memeable. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, you think about groups that are pushing in the West. When you think about the groups that are doing well, it's groups that have that figured out. XG, Blackpink,
Oh, yeah.
Jeans.
50-50.
New Jeans,
50-50. Yeah.
50-50. It's groups that, like, if you listen to their music, if you show somebody their music who's not a K-pop fan, like, that's never heard of any of these groups or anything, they probably won't know they're K-pop, because they're you know, producers, songwriters, whoever, people in the room have done such a good job at like guiding their English and getting everything like perfect, which is really what you need to do. Just spend the time on it.
Mhm.
No one's expecting them to like, because G-Idol's releasing an English album. No one's expecting all 5 members of G-Idol to come over and start speaking English fluently to promote their album.
Agreed.
Well,
But
the fans
they-
aren't.
right, sure. The fans aren't.
Yeah.
But they should be taking that extra time to at least get the recordings down to be as close as they can to being like fluent level, so that it can be as seamless as possible, which I think they did a great job.
I would also agree with that. Yeah. I think it just sucks that that's the type of standard that I feel like, unfortunately, more international artists have to deal with, and I think it's just, to me, it's just sad. You know, obviously,
It's
like
sad.
I would love to just, I mean, you want to be able to have people express their culture in whatever way that they choose to express it in, and you know, I think we should. At least I know I'm very open with people being able to, like, at least you're making concerted effort to speak English, like, and I should try to do my best to, I mean, my goal next year is to learn Korean. So, like, I feel like that's kind of
Nice.
like, that's something like, it would be nice to be able to, like, understand some of the stuff in more of the native tongue for me, at least. And then as well as that, I think like, it gives me more value out of these Korean songs, right? I think that's like one of the coolest things about it. And then also at the same point, I think like if they're able to speak English back to me well, like that's fucking sick too. But like, I think it's just I think it's just wild that people have like this really just like pompous sort of energy towards like people like being like, well, if you can't speak English very well, then like you shouldn't do it. And it's just like, well, they're making an effort. Like, you would have, like, if you went to their country and obviously you only speak English, like, they're going to expect you to speak Spanish or, like, French or German or whatever, right? Like,
Dude, yeah.
Same shit.
If you look at, like an example I can give is, like, when movie stars go to Korea to do promotions for, like, Hollywood releases.
yeah.
And they go and interview with like Korean TV personalities, dude, they've got nothing more than like an annyeonghaseyo. They've got nothing. Like, they cannot hold a single conversation. They can't answer a question in Korean. The fact that like the idols are getting as far as some of them do with like getting by on English is like super impressive.
It's
And
impressive.
super respectable. I remember seeing an interview that ITZY did. I think it was on like Good Morning America or like one of those like New York like morning shows
Mm-hmm.
where like some of the less fluent members, I think like Yuna and Chaeyoung, were like holding their own like really really well with no translator, like getting by with like the broken English, but they got their point across really well, and it was admirable.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's super impressive to be able to get to the point with another language where you can even get your point across is like really close to fluency in my opinion.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
So
Kudos to the ladies
sorry,
of
we got a
G-Idle for doing that.
long
We went on a real long tangent, but it's very cool. Cloud, I'll get into some comments real quick. Cloud said 80 Rising should keep them when they leave Cube. I didn't know that. Are they on 80
That's
Rising,
not-
Alex, or no?
Only for English stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's only
Yeah, it's
gotcha.
probably
okay,
not
So they're
up to
still on
them.
Cube. So they're still on Cube in Korea. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess it depends.
Gotcha.
Like, there's no telling what's gonna happen because they're probably gonna leave Cube. I would assume. Most
Okay.
people do.
Interesting.
So I guess
Okay.
it depends on what rights they have when they leave Cube. If they can.
Yeah, what their contract states. Yeah. Cloud also said, I was just gonna say about the English subject that you all should be happy that IOs at least are trying. Yeah, well, that's pretty much what we nailed down. It's great.
Oh, we are.
And yeah, we are stoked. That's awesome. But and then also just to say about since he's from Latin America, he says that we have to deal with their English 90% of the time. So almost none of them trying to learn Spanish. So makes sense. And then Citizen says ITZY's English is super super impressive. So kudos to the ladies. Big ups. Love it. Last song we have on here is I Want That. So do I need to
All right.
delve into
Is this the
anything
title
else?
track for the
This
English
is-
album?
Yeah, this is the title track for the English album. Let's freaking go.
Let's go.
I want the oh my OMG. I want that right now, no BRB. I want the all matte big black SUV. I want that, I want that. I want the oh my OMG. I want that right now, that you and me. I want that we maxi, no c'est la vie. I want that, I want that. Don't stop, we run through the yellows. We go battle to the metal, then on stage collecting the medals. We hearing know how you level. If you wondering, I'm too hot for layers. See you only when I come up for air. Get your tongue tied. Don't know what to say or what.
I want you to fall, hardest of all, until the tears roll down your face. Say my name or nothing at all. I only want everything.
I want the oh my OMG. I want that right now, no BRB. I want the all Mac big black SUV. I want that, I want that.
I want that oh my OMG. I want that right now, that you and me. I want that we maxi, no c'est la vie. I want that, I want that.
Green light, stop doing nothing. Stop pushing, loosen my button. Show one seat for LA to London. This could turn into something. All up and down the coastline. If you wanna come in close, no, I don't bite. Here and don't fight the moonlight.
I want you to fall, hardest of all, until the tears roll down your face. Say my name or nothing at all. I only want everything.
I want the oh my OMG. I want that right now, no BRB. I want the all Mac big black SUV. I want that, I want that.
I want that oh my OMG. I want that right now, that you and me. I want that we maxi, no c'est la vie. I want that, I want that. On the beat, I P-S-Y-C-H-O-T-I-C kind of love.
P-S-Y-C-H-O-T-I-C kind of love. I want that oh my OMG. I want that right now, no BRB. I want that all my big black SUV. I want that, yeah.
I want that oh my OMG. I want that right now, that you and me. I want that remixing, no c'est la vie. I want that,
Cool music video. I liked it. All right, guys, that was the last one. I want that. Some thoughts. I enjoyed the verse a lot. I think that was probably the standout part for me. I love the cutbacks between the different members. That was so sick. I love the way that it transitioned. And then that like pre-chorus like build up gave me a little Lady Gaga vibes, you know? Kind of gave me that like real like I feel like they really dug deep vocally for that. So I was vibing with that. Some of the lyrics were pretty like the all matte black SUV, and then they started throwing French in there, and I was like, okay, respect. I liked it. So I like this one. There's a vibe, and like that real like kind of like house, like deep house kind of beat. It was like
Yeah, that
super
was
in your face.
That was something. I like it. I definitely don't like it as much as the previous track.
Fair,
but
yeah.
I was like so on board. I kind of like was making some connections to My Bag a bit, and it was another kind of like flexing song, I guess. But then, and I had seen the music video before, so I wasn't paying as much attention to the storyline of that because it's a little bit upsetting being in a toxic relationship like that. So I was trying to focus on the lyrics, and everything kind of made sense up until they were like, I want that psychotic kind of love, and they had to spell out psychotic. I'm like, that doesn't really fit with the rest of your lyrics unless it's literally about being a rock star or being like famous and being in the famous grind where you're having to speak multiple languages because you're having to travel overseas and you're having to travel around in the SUV because everyone knows who you are. But I was like, why would you want a psychotic kind of love? Why is that a part of it?
Preferably, I would like not psychotic love. Yeah.
Right. Preferably, I'd want like a real life human being love. But I guess I guess I'm not
too much
flexing hard enough.
Too many words, Therese. Too many words.
Oh, okay. You're right. You're right. So that was the one thing that threw me off. Otherwise, the rest of it, I didn't mind. I thought it was pretty catchy. It had pretty good beat.
Yep. Alex, your thoughts, sir?
It's a yes for me, dog. This is number one. This is my one.
This is your favorite song?
Yep.
Wow. Actually, that makes sense. Given past track record from Alex, I feel like that makes sense. Yeah.
It's wacky. It's weird. It's deep house. It's fun.
Yeah,
high
that
energy.
makes sense. Yeah. This all checks.
I love it.
This checks.
Got that.
Therese, this checks all of Alex's boxes. This is
okay.
It's gone through the Alex checklist. You know.
Wow.
You mentioned Lady Gaga. I thought that Mion in the bridge did a vocal run that was very Lady Gaga-esque, especially with her vocal tone.
I would also agree with that too. Yeah.
That this is a rare occasion where the members of G-I-DLE had a chance to hit some vocal runs and some power notes. Don't see that so often. I love the call and response that was used in the verses. It was used in Soyeon's verse, which is great. You never get Soyeon rap verses broken up like that. It does a lot different than a typical idol track ever does. And that's why it sticks out for me. On top of being just like, I just like the deep house K-pop. I like when K-pop groups do like this deep house thing. It's fun. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I guess some of my favorite songs, I'd probably say I Do. I really enjoyed. That's probably top of the list. Let me see. My Bag I really enjoyed. Tomboy I enjoyed. DUMDi DUMDi I really enjoyed, and I'd probably say like Oh My God and Lion I think would round out my picks for
I think
Solid pick.
jail.
I think my top 3 would be I Want That,
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
I Do, and DUMDi DUMDi.
Oh, okay. Therese, do you have any picks?
I'm gonna say Tomboy at the top. No, wait, My Bag at the top, and then Tomboy. And then it's like a struggle between Oh My God or I Do.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm gonna go with Oh My God just for
Fair enough.
the full like message packaging, styling,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Fair enough. Those are some good picks. But
good stuff. They got some good stuff.
Susan said HWAA, Lion, and I Do is their top picks. So
Very good.
good
Very
picks.
good
Good picks. But yeah, that's G-Idol. Possibly part 2. I don't know if
I want to get into those solos.
We might.
Yeah, if you're still watching, anybody watching on YouTube, let us know what you want included. We will probably plan for a part 2, which will include the Soyeon solo stuff. Maybe it'll include some KDA. I know there's some mini stuff. There's some Yuki stuff out there. Maybe even the Sujin track. I don't know. Maybe even the SM Station collab that Soyeon was part of. Who knows?
Who knows?
Leave your suggestions. I'll filter through.
You got it. Yeah. Crushing it. Well, I don't know who our next Wednesday group is. I don't know if we've really decided on who we're going to be doing next, but you can let your voice be heard because we have no idea. Is there anybody coming up with a? Could be anyone.
I've got a list I've been working.
Yeah, you
on.
made a list.
Yeah, made a list, baby.
Let me pop off some of the names real quick that I have currently in the works, and if any of them sound interesting to anyone watching, you can leave a comment and say that you want us to do that, and we will
Make
put
a
it closer
post
to the
too.
top.
I'll make a post about it. We'll do the poll thing that we did last time.
Currently the groups. I'll say currently the things at the top of our list right now are going to be a part 3 for Stray Kids, La Seraphim, Billy, ATEEZ, Mamamoo, Red Velvet. We're waiting for that comeback.
Yeah, let's go.
TXT, Oh My Girl, CLC, and Girls' Generation. That's everything I've got on my list right now. Got playlists in the works, yada yada. If any of them sound interesting to you, let us know. If you've got other suggestions, also let us know.
I also have a fun suggestion that I'll put out there. I think it would be very cool to do both yours, Alex, as well as Therese's first group that you got into that got you into K-pop. I think that would be fun. I don't know if you can remember what was the first group that got you into K-pop.
I'll be honest, the first group.
Is that BTS?
I mean, they were the first ones that got me into the fandom culture.
Okay.
But the first one that got me into K-pop, I wouldn't even say is a real K-pop group. It was part of the K-drama Dream High. So
I have no idea.
By extension, that might be 2 p.m., which would be a solid pick.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alex, is yours Girl Generation or?
Nah, 4 Minute.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll do that then. Cloud also suggested Rocket Punch ?
Yeah, let's get Warren on.
Honestly,
We get
that might
Warren
not be
to
a bad
guest on an
idea.
episode.
Maybe we'll have a guest. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Shout
would
outs.
not be a bad idea.
Yeah. Maybe we'll reach out.
Yeah. So, I think that would be a fun topic. Maybe that might be a Monday topic. Maybe we'll do like 4 minute. And what was yours, Therese? 2 something.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Okay. Yeah.
Because
think
it's the hottest time in the day. I looked it up. I didn't know.
I think respectively 2 p.m. and 4 minute are would both kind of be long streams.
Oh.
They're OG.
Okay.
They're OG.
Okay. They're OGs.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like both like well seasoned careers with a lot of music.
Well, yeah. Maybe you could sprinkle in some of your favorites. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I feel like those would be fun because I would be curious to know where everybody jumped in at, because obviously I jumped in because I started doing these. So you guys are feeding me.
But it's really fun watching you jump and pushing you off the ledge.
I'm currently falling through the ether right now. Especially since there's something in this chat that we have not jumped into yet. The jopping. So whatever the fuck that is.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
that's a good one.
I'm not ready for whatever that is. People have
I
been
feel
very
like-
quiet in the chat about it, so for good reason.
They're doing the
but
right thing.
They're doing the
Yeah.
right thing, but I don't
But
like that.
I
You
feel
guys
like
are conspiring against me.
you have a much softer landing into the world
Oh.
of K-pop than we did.
Fair enough. Okay, that's
Being
true.
heavily
getting
padded by new
spoon-fed.
jeans
Yeah,
right now.
I'm getting spoon-fed. Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
But so it will be jarring. All of what you will experience will be jarring for sure. But it'll be a fun kind of jarring
be a
where
fun-
we can
okay.
make fun of it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We're past the point for 4 minute or 2 p.m. fans to get angry at us. They're all like, they all have kids and jobs by now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They put the K-pop. They put the K-pop behind them.
Yeah.
It's in their
I already
rearview
have an
mirror.
I already have an idea of how 4 minutes gonna go because Brandon didn't like HANN.
Ooh, yeah, that's.
So if that says anything, then she was the leader of 4 minute.
Oh boy. Maybe I'll.
But
turn
she
a new
didn't
leaf.
write all of the songs, right?
I was gonna say yeah. So maybe I'll turn a new
No,
leaf.
not at all.
So there you go. Have faith in me, Alex. Anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for thanks for everyone hanging out. Much love. Crusoe said 4 minute are great. HANN got me into K-pop, so I have a soft spot for them. Totally makes
Nice.
sense. But yeah,
I'm
let
with
us know any suggestions. If you are finding us out on YouTube, there's a whole playlist of all the other groups we've covered. So if you have not checked those out, go do it. I update them very frequently. So keep in mind there's some other groups, and give us some suggestions as always. We'll make a poll on the YouTube community tab. And if you like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It goes a long way. And thanks again to Therese and Alex for joining me. This one's a little bit of a long one, so appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See you guys.
See ya.
Thank you.